Did y'all fuck?
What did she say?
Did y'all fuck?
No. So Taylor's, was it that? No, what had she
Taylor,
say?
did
Fuck
fuck?
Taylor or not?
Yeah, so did you fuck Taylor or not? Yeah.
Madison.
I knew we would get there somehow.
Yeah, you know.
So good.
Those are her
She's so
moments.
good.
The moments she shines.
Every scene.
Every scene.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm wondering if this is going to be a shock to you, but Lindsay Hubbard sold her "I'm still going on my bachelorette party" story to the press.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's not a shock.
Not a
No,
shock.
it's not a shock. However,
Did the press
I
buy
thought
it?
this was-
Were they interested?
I guess, I don't know. It's like page 6 probably. Like, oh, Lindsay's still going on. The source says, and the source is Lindsay. You know what I mean?
It's a little bit of a discounted price though, too. Like
Yeah,
they're
probably.
not paying a lot for that.
No.
Okay,
no,
all right,
no, no.
all right. Fair.
It won't be in the papers. It's online. Only.
Okay.
So what I found interesting about this is that this was revealed on Sheena Shea's podcast that she had Paige and Hannah Berner on as guests. Okay.
Okay.
What Sheena then went on to reveal
Okay.
is that I guess it might have been Sheena and Ariana doing a Watch What Happens Live appearance. And then they met up with Madison LaCroix was there. I don't know why I'm saying her last name, but to differentiate, I guess.
Yeah.
So Madison LaCroix was there. I think Brock was there. Ariana's new boyfriend was there. Lindsay was there. And Carl was there.
Okay.
And they go to this like event, dinner. I don't know. When they leave, they're swarmed by cameras. And Sheena, they're like, oh, this is
How do people...
strange.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay's friends, after the fact, tell Sheena that she called the press because they were going to be with Vanderpump people.
Of course she did.
I just think that's interesting.
Is that a shock to anyone here?
No, it's not a shock to anyone. But what I find kind of hypocritical is that how dare Carl
the
break up with
cameras
Carol?
went back up.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And so what Sheena was saying was like, look, paparazzi, we get it, I get it. But to call the paparazzi, you're not giving somebody the agency to make that choice on their own. And she learned that in her earlier years. She said that she used to call the paparazzi.
Oh, Sheena?
Of course
I love
she did.
Sheena.
I love her.
She was
It
like,
probably took her years to be able to
Yeah,
admit that,
exactly.
but
Yeah.
still. Like Austin.
exactly.
She finally got there.
She got there.
Yeah.
She's like, I used to do it. But then she kind of had an aha moment, integrity. She's like, you know what? I shouldn't be doing that
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
you know, maybe my friends don't want to be, anyway.
Bamboozled.
So not, exactly. So I'm not shocked.
Not shocked at all. But
So-
I also love Sheena for at least kind of being like, look, I used to do that too. And
I
that's
know.
so Sheena.
So this just, again, leads me to even more of my conclusion that Lindsay sold the fucking email to People Magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Well, she
about
did
that.
it by a proxy, for sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, she had a friend, a sort of, and I can't believe it because people were telling me, they're like, no.
This woman is
This-
PR,
I'm like,
y'all.
guys,
She's
it's
a
Lindsay.
PR woman.
Seriously.
I'm like, no, I think somebody had told me, like, no, her friend wouldn't do that. I'm like,
Okay,
no, it
sure,
wouldn't be
sure,
them.
sure.
I'm like, come on.
Guys,
no.
get a grip.
Yeah.
Guys, okay, I want everybody to just, like, think a little bit more pragmatically and logically, okay? Because that's what the media is there for, is to fool you. Case in point, Jada Pinkett Smith coming out today and saying that her and Will Smith have been separated
fuck
for
is
7
that about?
years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
I don't give a shit, but like,
Well,
really?
I always thought they had an open marriage, so that's what I always
That's
thought.
I have heard that, I'm telling you, since my first PA job in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always been around.
Yes.
So,
And the things about Diddy and guys, you know, news travels.
Hollywood's a
people
small
do
town.
their little things,
People
okay?
talk. Not everybody's famous too, who's like in and around famous people.
Right.
Correct.
So, no.
Now, did anybody see these photos of Sheena Shea and Lindsay? And
Well, let me see.
because I, of course, didn't, but that means nothing.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see. She's Shay, Lindsay.
I assume this was like a while back, though, pre-breakup, all of that stuff. I'm assuming.
It was after the Scandival breakup. It was the end of
sorry.
Vanderpump when
Gotcha.
Ariana and Sheena went back to Watch What Happens Live.
Gotcha.
What I'm saying is she's, you know,
It still doesn't matter.
No, she's screaming red.
No,
Yeah.
of
And
course.
she called the paparazzi to ride on the coattails. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, absolutely.
But
I
then she's
misunderstood.
horrified that how dare Carl bring the cameras back up. It's like, okay,
The cameras that are
you're
part
calling
of our crew,
paparazzi
that is
on
our
yourself
job.
to make your, you know.
Guys, here's the reality, okay? And we'll see this when Winter House comes out. I mean, God.
Summer House?
It's Freudian because I don't want to watch that show.
Oh,
I
guys,
know.
again, me, solo recaps, Betsy, Winter House. It's going to be very cold, very chilly. I promise it'll only be an hour and a half long with just myself.
It'll be shorter. You just run right through it.
Hour and 15.
Maybe.
I'll talk for a long time. Anyway.
When Summer House comes out, and I think Paige or somebody has already said this. So I'm glad somebody said it first, and now I can say it. 100% Carl tried to have conversations with Lindsay about not wanting to get married.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
no, absolutely.
Are we surprised?
Not at all. And if it wasn't, I don't want to get married, it's I'm having concerns, I'm having X, Y, and Z, I need to figure things out, or we need to talk about things.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes.
We know how Lindsay responds to hearing things that she doesn't want to, which is she doesn't.
Yeah.
She just ignores it.
Yeah. Which ultimately led to where we're at.
The first date, guys. I have commitment issues. No. Mm-mm. You're just scared.
Fair.
You're just
That's
scared.
an excuse.
The fear monster.
You're scared, Carl. You don't. You can commit to me. You're scared. I bet you anything that same rhetoric we're going to see.
Oh,
Carl.
I would put money on it.
You were scared. It's
Don't
okay.
lean into the fear. Be brave. Be brave.
Be brave. Put on a good face.
That's right.
Get married.
Keep it together.
While also maintaining your
miserable.
sobriety. Okay? So no pressure.
Right.
No pressure at all.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
Oh, God. How long do we have to wait for that one to come? It's going to be next year.
It always comes out around February.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We will see. And everybody will be eating crow.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no doubt that we're going to see this slowly progress to where it got over the course of the summer. I have absolutely no doubt.
Yes.
I'll be interested to see if people.
Look, and she
We'll
also
stand
profited. She sold her bachelorette party.
Exactly.
Which I have no problem with.
No, hey, you do you.
Make that money.
And Venmo requests.
But,
well, that I can't.
Well,
I
that was
honestly,
a bit little goof trip for me. I couldn't get behind that.
Like, what was Sam doing? Come on.
you think that was Sam's idea?
She had to be the scapegoat. She had to be.
Here's what I'll say.
Probably.
Maybe Sam came up with the idea, and Lindsay's like, yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay would have had to have co-signed that. No
Correct.
question. Absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah.
I want to know how much she actually made, though.
I want to know how
Venmo-wise.
much Venmo
Oh.
she got.
And I do think she's someone who likes to divulge, so maybe we'll find out at some point.
I
Who,
hope
Sam or
so.
Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Ooh, it's a good question.
I don't know. The Redditors thought it was trash.
I think everyone thinks it's trash.
Correct.
Because it
Correct.
is trash.
She makes
It's just
so much
tacky.
money.
It's tacky.
I think that if you are wanting to express, compassion and, you feel bad, why don't you donate to a charity?
Exactly.
Correct.
know?
Or say, I really need a handwritten letter or note or card.
What is it, the 90s?
Yes, I'm just saying.
Your fan mail?
Guys, I still live in the 90s.
Oh my
by
God,
the
you're going to be
way.
like Yolanda Saldivar. Selena.
I need the fan. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're going to be the president of the fan club. You could be the president of our fan club.
Reality
We
Bites?
should do that.
Oh yeah.
There you
Let's go a
go.
little vintage.
Guys, here's the deal. I won't read Instagram, but send me snail mail. I'll read
All
it.
day.
She's not joking.
I'm
I
not, but I
nominate
don't really
myself
know
the
if you
jester.
write in cursive. It's going to take me a long time to get through it. And believe it or not, we grew up in the time that we had to practice cursive.
That's true.
But
I can't believe that they don't do that anymore.
I can. What's the
I only
point?
write in cursive.
People don't even write anymore, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like no one
all
even really
typing.
puts pen
No
to
one
paper.
writes?
Well, not no one. I'm sure 10% of community, like the world, but like
10%.
I think it's probably more than 10%.
Well,
Guys, we're going into extinction.
Guys, we saved the trees.
Yeah, exactly. Save the trees, save the pens.
all I'm saying is my niece goes to high school with a computer. And
That's so weird to me.
and they
I know.
do, and my nephew, who is in middle school, they do this on their computer.
that's
so
all I know how to do
don't-
is type and write, though.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in both.
Well, right, but
I guess-
that is changing.
But we were the last generation.
We were.
What I'm telling you
Yeah.
is, I guarantee you, my niece and nephew do not know how to write in cursive, and probably do not know how to read in cursive. So I'm saying, guys, if y'all do want to do fan mail, I do know how to read in cursive, but it's going to take me a little bit longer because I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice with the cursive. Okay.
Block letters only.
Block.
I would
letters.
prefer bubble letters, but
Stop it.
In,
my
in
God.
gel pen.
Literally in gel pen. In gel pen.
exactly, yeah.
So I have one more thing
Okay.
before we get into Southern Charm.
Okay.
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 I forgot about Southern Charm. Okay, go for it.
I'm sorry I have to bring her up, but
Oh.
on Two Teas in a Pod,
Oh, okay.
Teddy said that the K tattoo that Morgan Wade got well, first of all, Kyle did it. Kyle did the tattoo. It was just for fun because Morgan Wade has so many tattoos that she could just essentially turn it into anything. It was just like for shits and giggles. Has no real meaning.
Oh. Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I need you to explain that again. Are you saying that Morgan's K means nothing because she has so many tattoos it can turn into something else?
Yes, like it is. Kyle tatted K on to Morgan.
Right.
Okay. But they're saying it's like, it's not a big deal. Like she has so many tattoos. We were just like fucking around essentially. And she has, it doesn't mean anything because she has so many tattoos. She can just cover it up, which I understand because I have friends who will get tattoos on Friday the 13th. Which they're like discounting.
I know.
I know people who know how to tattoo and they just bring their kit to parties and they'll just do little tattoos for people at parties and like.
But what does that mean for Kyle?
Away.
That it's not significant. Like it's not necessarily symbolic of like a relationship or a connection.
Okay.
But Kyle did the physical tattoo.
I think
herself,
that's what
I
think that's what I saw. I mean, guys, don't burn me at the stake for that. But what I will say is symbolic of, I mean, the tattoo aside, the real symbolism is that they are dressing alike now.
I mean, they look like twins.
Maybe they're twin flames.
I mean.
Oh, back to the family?
Come inside.
Wait by the light of the jeans.
Moon.
You posted that picture of the ripped jeans.
I'm going to make her a lesbian playlist.
Okay.
Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Send it to her.
There you go.
That's how it started with Morgan. She listened to her all the way when she was doing that snow movie she did.
Yeah.
That Christmas movie.
And she was just driving back to California.
Oh, yeah.
Stumbled across the song and DM'd her.
Spoke to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. The rest was history.
Teddy is saying what Kyle wants Teddy to say. Whether it's true or not, but...
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Of course
Could go
Teddy
either
is
way.
saying
what...
Yeah.
Do you think that Teddy's like, why isn't she getting a T tattooed on her body? There might be a level of like Teddy where she's feeling a little bit jealous.
Maybe.
She's been replaced as Kyle's main squeeze.
Yeah.
Main female squeeze.
I mean,
I can handle it.
I can see it.
I mean, Teddy's like, look, I walk super butch. Why wasn't it me?
Yeah. Oh, Teddy, it's just, we're not thinking about you like that, but.
Okay, so just to make sure, I'm going to clarify, I have the quote here.
Okay.
Teddy says that Kyle tattooed a K on Morgan Wade as a funny joke. She made it a K so that it could be turned into anything she wanted. And Morgan has so many tattoos, so she isn't picky. Wait.
Confusing in and of itself.
I don't understand that. So she made it a K because that can turn into anything?
That is the drawing board. The K's can turn into so many letters.
How about, I'm going to say this.
An A, an H.
I just want everyone to know that whether it can turn into anything or not really is of no consequence because you can cover tattoos.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of people trying to lie to us like we don't see the truth.
Well,
that's how I felt this episode.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, must we?
Southern charm.
Let's get into it, guys.
Let's do it.
Kyle adjacent.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Reality Bites, the podcast where we'll deep dive into this week's buzziest reality TV and pop culture happenings.
I'm Betsy, and while I may be 9 to 5 by day, I'm a reality connoisseur by night.
And I'm Lauren,
a reality TV producer by trade, but my favorite pastime is dishing unfiltered dirt and behind-the-scenes scoop. We'll tackle the biggest and best water cooler moments of the week through an insider lens you won't find anywhere else.
Buckle up, buttercups.
Please don't tell me it's about Tom.
It's about Tom.
This is Reality Bites.
We're here. Party fowls. But F-O-W-L-S.
And
Foul
party
ball.
fouls there were.
Mm-hmm.
Party of two.
Well, we know where we left off last episode, but how did we feel? When
we had to define hookup?
Define hooked up.
Yeah. How do we feel about this episode?
What does that mean?
are your
Listen,
thoughts?
honestly, I've kind of enjoyed every episode so far.
Mm-hmm.
They've been strong. I think I said this every podcast episode, so I apologize. I'm finding myself kind of surprised how really engaged I am with the relationships of, kind of the fallout.
What?
I'm surprised that I care so much about the Shep and Austin stuff and the Olivia and Taylor stuff.
Oh my God, you're invested.
I'm invested.
You're in.
I'm engaged. And not saying that I wouldn't have cared, but when I initially heard this news months and months ago, whenever it broke,
Or when I
again,
told
it
you.
was but it was still in the thick of, the Scandival stuff. And I was like, oh, whatever. But I don't know. I'm really, I think it's kind of strong. And, there's some comedy throughout. And
Why do you think it's so strong? Like a
I don't know. I'm just into the stories. I'm into the interpersonal relationships.
Are you
right
into
now.
Olivia?
I love Olivia.
Okay.
Olivia's a star to me. Madison's a star. Paige is a star.
And
Craig Smile is a star. And that is the cast. And of course, Patricia. Everyone else.
Cat all day.
oh, well, Patricia's like when you get the honorary Oscar.
Yeah, I don't even need to mention her because
No,
she's
no.
But Little Craig always too. Little Craig's number
Little
one.
Craig.
Yeah, little Craig.
But yeah.
Eats. Is it too close to home to ask you?
No, not at all.
kidding.
I really enjoyed this episode. I thought this was a really good example of an episode that was kind of only about one thing, which was the fallout of learning that Austin and Taylor shared a kiss. But it was done in a really good way. And
hookup.
A hookup. Well, is it a hookup or is it just a kiss?
Stop.
I mean,
both.
come on. But I thought it was done really well. I thought that all of the players that needed to be involved were. There wasn't any real fluff or extraneous bullshit that we didn't need to see. Just
AKA
for filler.
cast members.
And it honed in and focused in on the core of who are the players in this scandal. You know, I love a good kind of picking up right where we left off at Patricia's. And I really enjoyed the episode overall. I thought it was strong. I thought it was very heightened emotionally. I think this episode, like some of the few that have come before, were very just emotionally raw and real. You know, I think that there's not too much heavy-handed producing going on because there doesn't need to be, because what's going on is authentic, it's genuine, and it's unfolding in real time, and that's the best recipe for a good season of a show.
Oh, yeah. It was unsettling how real time we are actually following this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just feels very raw.
it does.
Everyone feels everyone feels surprised. God. Every look that everybody makes, Taylor, she always looks surprised. Shep always seems surprised. Austin is like, shouldn't be surprised, but somehow is
Austin's like, how did
surprised.
I get here?
Yeah.
How did I
Olivia
get
definitely
here?
surprised.
Olivia's definitely surprised.
I mean,
We got a lot of like holy shit faces from almost everyone.
even Paige is like, what the fuck?
Madison finding out about the nude pic.
Oh my God. Us finding out about the nude pic.
I thought looking when they like
I
did a
love
little
that.
preview of that, I was like, oh, this will be like a punchline or it'll be a joke.
No.
And then to realize that it wasn't,
That
I
is
was
the
like,
Patricia special.
God.
Pat was like, I'm just gonna slip this in because I know it. And
She
it's gonna
can.
create a little
She
drama.
can.
Pat airs that dirty laundry.
She loves to air some dirty
she's
laundry.
so good at it.
The
Let me
best.
just tell you how good Patricia is. Whitney and Patricia were sitting in their, what room is it?
Where in the house?
The
is
room
it?
where they have cocktails. The drawing room?
the
The
living room.
Is it the living room?
Yeah, the main room where they're
They
always
do,
sitting
but
around.
then they have the other room that's a little bit more formal. Okay. It doesn't matter. They were sitting together.
In a room.
And they were getting ready for the dog wedding. And they were having cocktails. So Whitney's sitting down. And it's clear that his shirt is just a little too tight. And it popped a button. Okay. And I told Patricia I was like, do you see that? Can you point it out for me? And she does. On camera, she's like, what happened to your shirt there? And like, just teased him and made fun of him for, I don't want to say like body shaming, but you know.
but just, you know,
She'll just
little
do
too
whatever.
tight.
She loves it.
Yeah,
she
she's so good at it.
Yeah.
playing in the mud because she's so out of it that when she can just like kind of sprinkle it in, she is a blast.
Yeah.
Her position's the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And little Craig.
Yeah, little Craig. Chef's kiss.
But yeah, I thought this episode was it was a really shining example of what I say time and time and time again. The cameras show it all.
They do.
Try to lie, it will not work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this advice to him. But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Regular
few bottles
bozo. I love that. Every time I hear that part of the song, I always think of Austin.
Oh,
I mean,
he wears it on his face. He cannot tell a lie.
he is such a terrible, terrible liar. I think out of all the shows I've worked on, all the cast members I've worked with, he, I think, is the worst.
Which you think
Yeah.
would be a nice quality, but when
No.
you continue to lie,
That's
it's
what
not,
it is.
It's not
Right.
a good look.
I mean, it can be cute, right? Like, for instance, Eve's the worst liar. But that's endearing. It's cute, you know? Because she's not
She's
not
lying about
lying.
like, oh, I went to the grocery store at 5, but she went at
yeah,
5:30.
she's not like lying about fucking somebody else and then,
Yes.
you know, whatever. Okay.
Right.
But, like, this is not endearing.
No.
He's, like,
No.
sweating.
No, it's very embarrassing.
And,
for
and,
him.
and constantly wiping what off of his face? I don't know.
I think it
it's
has
an
to be a
uncomfortable
it has to be a
tick.
nervous
It's a
tick.
nervous
Of
tick.
course. Of course.
For sure. And the, several bottles of champagne and liquor certainly didn't help matters for him when
No.
Shep shows up and decides
know.
to pull him aside. Yeah, he's toast. The second they sit down in the little dining area, he's fucked.
Define hookup.
Oh, it was all downhill from there.
I think he was trying to buy himself some time. I don't know how much time he thought he was going to get, but he was trying to buy himself some time.
Doing some mental calculus in his head, like,
So
how
what
am I
the
gonna
fuck
do
does
this?
that even mean, define hookup? Actually,
Well,
I'm going to ask you
define
guys,
hookup.
what would you consider a hookup?
Eye contact.
Okay.
Never looking away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, like, hookup. I mean, I don't know if I would say I hooked up with someone if I just made out with someone, but in this type of context, I would define hookup with making out with maybe my friend's ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider that maybe crossing the line, so I would consider it a hookup. I think in general, a hookup for me would be any type of oral sex or penetration.
Sex? Just sex.
Just sex.
What do you define hookup?
I think if it's just a kiss, it's not a hookup. If it's
With
like,
no tongue.
A kiss is just a kiss.
well, but if it's like a hot and heavy,
How much? Where are your hands when you're kissing?
that's
Exactly. I was just about to ask.
But that's
are
my
we
point.
are we over the pants? Are we under the pants?
well, but that's where
Are
I
we
think the
copping a
line
feel?
is.
Are the clothes on or off, Eeps? Okay.
That's the thing. If it's like a hot and heavy makeout sesh, where sure maybe you're not giving handies or blowies or
I don't know. Let's
having
ask
sex,
Aaron.
but
Gloves on or off?
And gloves.
and gloves. Well, gloves for sure.
So gloves, no hookup.
In Charleston,
hookup.
but it's cotillion gloves.
Skin did not
only.
touch. So no hookup.
Like a hot and heavy makeout, yeah, I think that's a hookup. If it's just like a normal kiss or whatever,
Yeah.
No. But I definitely think if
A
there's
normal kiss? What's a normal kiss?
I don't fucking know. A non like lying down, hands on each other, I think if we're getting handsy, it's a
Yeah.
hookup. Hands, mouths, other extremities, hookup. Just
Fluid-
like
fluid
a
exchange?
kiss, fluid exchange.
As Whitney says.
Hookup.
So gross. What about you, Lauren?
I think a hookup is absolutely more than just kissing.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I touched your dick, or like I copped a feel,
Yeah.
a boob, sex, even if it's like, yeah, and like just kind of pop in, and like, ooh, maybe we're not making the right decision, and then pop out.
Yeah.
That's a hookup.
Touching parts. Is that where the line is?
Specifically private.
Private parts. Touching private parts.
Privates on the private
Not
plane.
public
The private jet, the PJ, and the P, or the BJ.
It's literally,
The BJ
it's like
and the
literally,
PJ.
it's like the little doll. Show me where. Show me where he touched you,
God.
and then
God.
we will define it as hookup.
There you go.
We will absolutely be taking this out.
That went dark.
Okay. Yeah, I would consider hookup sex.
Okay. Well, that's why I love Shep in this moment. Because, Austin just can't do anything right. He goes, fine, hook up. And I love that Shep said kiss. Because it could have been so easy for Shep to be like, did you have sex with her?
Right, but
You
he
know
didn't
what I
want to
mean?
leave the. He didn't want to leave
But
the
because he's
leeway.
like, a kiss, then he's probably like, I'm going to get this little fucker.
Yeah.
And he's like, we kissed. We kissed. That's it.
This is so confusing. He knows that kissing
Shep.
leads.
Oh yeah, I'm so confusing.
Well, he knew it, right? I mean, he knew that Austin was lying when they had the boys bar crawl.
Who didn't? The
Everyone
birds knew. The
knew.
bartenders knew.
Yes.
The
Okay.
bus boys in the back
Yes,
knew.
the beer knew.
But like the
Seriously.
beer knew.
Yeah.
The beer definitely knew. But
Craig
hearing it,
painted fingernail knew.
yes,
Oh, I love
100%. But poor guy, I mean, like Shep is he's fucking
beside
hit
himself.
with this. I mean,
Yeah.
it hurts. It hits him. It cuts deep.
Yeah.
And it also, I know, like knowing Shep, hearing this definitively, there becomes a dialogue in his head of, well, fuck, what do I do now? I don't want to lose Austin as a friend. I don't want
not?
this to turn into.
Just kidding.
I know, but you know,
I'm
they love
teasing,
each
I'm
other
teasing. Of course,
Of
they love
course.
each other. Yes.
and hate each other sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's like this, the ramifications for Shep's like existence, and Shep likes his like keeping it cool, chill, day to day, hanging with his friends, getting beers at Sullivan's.
No shoes, no shirt, no problem.
Exactly. This creates a tidal wave in that. And you see him be, I think that this is confusing comment is like, what the fuck am I going to do now? Like, how do I fucking navigate this? And I feel for him. He is, it hits him
Yeah.
hard.
It should.
Of
Yeah.
course it should.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, what are you going to say?
What are you gonna say?
No,
Go
you,
first.
you go first.
Well, I thought that Shep did a very good job of not overreacting because Shep knows what it feels like to maybe make a lot of mistakes.
Mhm.
And I thought he did a good job of being like, what the fuck, man? Like you talk in circles, like this is kind of messed up. Like why didn't you tell me this? Like now I can just imagine like his internal dialogue, like thinking, okay, well, what else happened? Like
Right.
when you said this, did you really mean that? Blah, 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 blah. Like all this stuff is going through his head. But I did think he did a good job of not like totally burning Austin at the stakes, which is what I would have done.
I agree. I mean, he said, he's like, I know what kissing leads to. And like, where's the line?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
you have no boundaries.
Yeah, where are
You
the
got to figure out your
boundaries?
boundaries.
I also think it was very intentioned, like you said, to ask if he kissed because he also doesn't want to know that they did more. And I think he thinks that they did.
yeah.
Agreed.
Because here's the thing. If a kiss is just a kiss and it's just like a drunken kiss, it should be that easy to explain that then
And
when
move
it
on.
happened.
Yeah.
Right.
There's too much. The cover-up is worse than the crime.
Always.
But
For
that
just being a
but-
kiss, yeah.
Exactly. But that leads me to believe that this is not just kissing,
Of course.
you know?
And that they're fessing up to kissing because that's the easiest thing to do.
It's lazy.
It is lazy.
You should have fessed up to a little bit more
Yeah.
to make it believable.
Well, Austin says in his confessional that if this would had materialized into anything, they would have taken the friends aside and done the appropriate steps.
Fuck off.
But it didn't materialize. And I said, is materialize meaning like they didn't decide to be in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
Got it.
Like if this
Gotcha.
went further,
If they pursue
They
the
would-
relationship.
they would show the respect. No, motherfucker,
cool.
you show the respect now, not later. God, he is the king of ask for forgiveness later.
Oh.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
if it's just a kiss, just say it. Didn't look at the threesome video. Haven't you been through the worst? Can't you handle this?
No.
Exactly.
Can't you handle this kiss?
No, and he can't handle the threesome either.
And I love Shep's like, look, you know me, I love women. I want this one, I want that one. Like he's
Yeah.
trying to, I think, also give Austin maybe the platform to like come clean
Yeah,
and
confess
like
more.
Here, like this
Yeah.
is it, bud. Like, come on. Of course, Austin doesn't, but you know, Austin just does not go about this the right way. And he also is 3 sheets to the wind. The boy is fucking wasted, and he's
Yeah,
like,
this was a
why
ruse.
are we doing this right now?
It was a ruse.
It was perfect.
Perfect.
Really.
Yeah. And even like Shep bringing up JT, like he's questioning what JT said because JT the other day talking about the sleepover and
Yeah.
and you know this and Austin is always defensive. His default is to go on defense. JT doesn't know shit. And so earnestly, like I
He
felt
texted me today and said JT doesn't know shit.
yeah, exactly. Except JT wasn't wrong.
JT is not wrong.
And Shep's like, Austin, I'm questioning. Like, and he says it in such like,
like dad disappointment.
Dad
It always hurts more when they're disappointed than it is like yelling at you.
Right, because he doesn't have rage.
He doesn't at all.
Most people expect rage from Shep when something...
He's grown so
Shep,
much.
This season has shown how much Shep has grown up. He really has. He's trying to be the bigger man. He's trying to be a man instead of a boy.
Yeah.
And in my eyes, and I've known the man for a very fucking long time, he's succeeding.
Yeah.
I mean, he's handling it as best as I could imagine anyone doing so.
And wouldn't you say, like, of your entire time knowing him and especially kind of having it be on TV and play out, like, this is really the only relationship we've really seen him in where he's, like, really been in love with another person.
It's the only relationship he's been in where he's been really in love with another person, except for the one he references from when he was, like, 20 years old.
His longest relationship was Danny, and it was 6 months.
And that was before
about
season 1
Danny,
started.
Yeah.
So it's like we're seeing him, like, even though, like, yes, he cheated, this stuff happens, but, like, he's, like, his heart is broken.
Yeah.
I think, yes.
And we'll get to it later, but, like,
Oh
the
my
scene
God,
when
like little Craig.
Taylor meets little Craig again, it's like, oh my God, that, like,
Oh my God.
punched me in the gut. But, like, we're really seeing a different side of him that he just has a level of, like, discomfort in some scenes because I think he's so hyper aware of, like, what is Taylor doing? Like, how is she feeling? Is she okay? It's like we're kind of seeing a different, softer side to him, I would say.
Here's the thing. When they broke up, I think the intention was to go on a break. And he was still very much in love with her. That break just turned into
Done.
It's over. Because I think somewhere in that in-between, he was able to step away from it and think more clearly about how he needs to let her go to have what she wants. Even though I think he was still very much in love with her when they broke up. But he didn't think it was fair.
I agree with that 100%. And then I also think the reunion and what she said about his parents and how he talks to his parents on national television.
I don't remember
that
this.
was the nail in the coffin. I think it was over.
What did she say?
She said that the way that he screams or whatever, he talks to his parents that way. He screams at his mother that way. She said shit against his family, and that's
you
don't do that. I think that was the nail in the coffin, and that was like, and we're done.
Yeah.
It was born out of the conversation. They were discussing how he called her a fucking idiot.
Oh.
And he
at all brass, right?
Yeah, and he went on to say at the reunion, he was like, you know, with my family, we just kind of talk to each other like that.
Right.
And we're
They give
really
each other
harsh
shit
with
and
each other,
they-
my dad, everybody. And that's when she chimed in and she was like, that's not what happens. I've been there, and it's not all fun and games. Like,
Well, that wasn't fun and games either.
No,
We saw
that was not.
that.
no, she basically says that he's verbally abusive to everybody, and Shep just sits there like, I'm
He did
done.
not just say that.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that shit.
No,
I don't mean that like covering up his secrets and tracks. I just mean
Don't
He's
come
very
from my
private.
family. And his
Exactly.
family have a lot of respect. They have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? They have pride. They have pride in their
Yes.
name. They have
A lot of
They are
integrity.
considered a lot of integrity. Thank you. They're a good family, and for that shit to come out and for her to say that, it was a low blow.
Yeah. and it could be damaging.
it was just uncouth.
It was uncouth. But I think that being in the first kind of adult relationship that he'd ever been in, it opened up and it tapped an emotional well that he had never like really accessed before.
Yeah.
So now out of that relationship, he has learned a lot about himself. He has grown a lot. I think traveling for 6 months was something that was so necessary for him. And I think it really did him good to be out of Charleston, out of the States, out of the kind of the swirl and the noise. And
It's a fishbowl there, guys.
yeah, it is.
The reason why there's this ideology that it's Peter Pan is because there's nothing to do there. It is like a Neverland. There's not a real industry. It's wealth. It's the Hamptons year round. It's living in these places that, yes, they have schools and, you know, there is some industry, but you're not moving to Charleston to like, you know, build a big career. You know what I mean?
Work in an office.
Unless you want to be a pillow
9 to
magnet.
5.
Yeah, if you want to be a pillow magnet.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we've got Craig and Madison and Whitney in the other
In the
room.
other room,
listening.
I love their eavesdropping and having their little commentary.
Yeah, it's the
The
best.
peanut gallery.
Oh God, I'm with Craig though. Kissing it doesn't just stop at kissing.
No one
Kiss is
stops
not a
making
kiss.
out.
Yeah, why isn't anybody saying that?
Well, they're all kind of saying it, but
I know, but Shep is not. But I think he's just.
Well,
I think he's in
Well, he
denial.
does
he
say
kind of
it.
does say it though, right? I mean,
But then
But I think
he's trying to like skirt the line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying. He doesn't want it to be. He's like putting it out there, but it's like, I don't really want to know. But does he want to know?
He does it more with Taylor at the end of the episode. Where he's like, we know that a kiss is not just a kiss. Well, you told me you just kiss girls, and we saw how that went. So
I think he'd rather hear it from Taylor that she had sex with Austin than hear it from Austin. Because I don't think that he'll ever get that memory out. And you don't want to hear that from your friend. You know
or
what I mean?
just from Austin in general.
Period.
Well, can you imagine how he'd fumble around that and fuck it all up?
Yes. Just like he was like, I'm sorry I had poor judgment. I'm weak.
I'm weak.
Oh God!
What the fuck does that mean?
I apologize for being weak.
Yeah.
It's take pity on me.
Well, what's sad is
I'm a weak
that I
man.
think he in that moment is like, this will be good to say, but what he doesn't realize is that it actually lives in truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely does.
Wars.
100%.
Also, this is what I kind of love about this, and I think we touched on it a little bit in our last episode where we can't quite put our finger on it, but like there's a certain thing with maybe Shep and Austin where no, he doesn't want this to happen, but Shep doesn't really feel threatened by Austin in any real
Oh
way.
my God.
No, he doesn't.
So, we have this moment in this scene where I think also Shep, to Eep's point, is like he's trying to be like, okay, what the fuck does this mean? We have to be friends. So how he's kind of rationalizing it with that moment. He's like, listen, we were broken up. She needed a shoulder to cry on.
You were that shoulder.
And that's all Austin ever is. It's just that,
Right.
really
that
is.
shoulder to cry on for women. Just go cry on his shoulder. I mean, it's like, how non-threatening is that? Like,
oh my
just
God,
a little
totally.
shoulder to cry on. Maybe one thing leads to another, but candles are lit. Just a shoulder to cry on, baby. Friendship.
There's a bottle of wine.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
Paul
Like,
Cabernet
he
cracked.
was her shoulder last season too.
He was.
But you know what I mean? I think that like there's a sense. Obviously, he does not want this to happen between the two of them,
Yeah.
but
No.
there is a sense of kind of like he's not really threatened by Austin's
not.
energy, even knowing they made out. Like
He doesn't think that they're going to be together forever.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
but I wonder if it's as much. I agree that I don't think he's threatened by Austin or his energy, but
or his shoulder.
or his shoulder for that matter, either one. But I also think that Shep is trying to real time create a narrative in his own mind that doesn't put him in a position where he has to cut Austin out
Sure.
of his life.
Yeah.
Because he even says, he's like, I don't want to lose you as a friend. Him even saying, look, I was broken up with her and you were a shoulder to cry on. And I also love even when Austin, duh, Austin, this is going to cause tides and ripples in the group. So I wanted it to stay buried. Yeah, of course you did.
Of course. Or you wouldn't have lied about it for 6 months.
Like, of course Shep gets
I
that, wanting it
can't.
to stay buried. He can understand, but it also triggers something and he starts to like tear up.
I know, but this
seeing
man trying
Shep-
to state the obvious.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we try to keep it buried. Oh, really?
No shit, Sherlock.
If you didn't think it needed to be buried, you would have said it from the jump.
I know he shouldn't have shown up to filming.
Yeah, right.
That's the real truth.
Look,
I mean,
It's a joke. Come on, it's just terrible.
I will say this: seeing Shep get emotional,
It makes
seeing
me
Shep
sad.
cry or get choked up,
I cried.
I
cried when I watched the episode.
I cried when I watched the dog with little Craig and Taylor
that
for
got,
sure.
That got to me.
But I have, look, again, have known Shep for a decade, more than a decade. I have never really seen him cry, and seeing him cry is very uncomfortable for me to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, it made me sad. It made me feel so much for him. Like, I have so much empathy for Shep, and Shep's a really good guy. And he has grown up a lot over the last, decade, but he's grown up a lot over the last 3 years. The relationship with Taylor
And yes, we have
made
to give-
him grow up a lot as a human being, as an adult, as a man, it did. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was
go
going to say, I will say, I really loved their relationship. I spent a lot of time with them. They both gave it to each other. She was a perfect equal for him in that way. Like, she never put up with his shit.
No, she gave it back to him.
Yeah, she, would keep him in line. And I really think that he probably would have continued the relationship after the break, but I don't think he wanted to do that to her because she wants other things.
I don't think, you guys have talked about this. We've all talked about this. I don't think that Shep is really meant for a traditional monogamous relationship.
No, he's not.
I think
and that is okay.
And that is
Yeah.
absolutely okay. I think if Taylor had her personality, but didn't need the traditional relationship that she wants. And I also think that the kind of trying to think of the best way to put this, the level of devotion to religion and Jesus.
The level of devotion? She swore to God in the Bible.
On Bible.
And
she lied.
And she lied. That's a problem.
Hand on Bible.
But I think if it weren't for those two things, if she would be okay with Shep, you know, being able to kind of sow his oats a little bit here and there with absolutely no emotional attachment and be in a not totally monogamous relationship, they could have been together for many, 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 many years. But ultimately, their core values, certain big core values, were different, even though her non-negotiables. And I think to some level, his non-negotiables, even though there are so many other things that they were simpatico on.
Yeah.
Simpatico. Yeah. I mean, look, I've known other couples in reality and not reality where in real life, I guess, normies that do this.
Yeah, same.
And it's not a big deal.
No, it's not at all.
Well, I don't think anything's a big deal if you're both in agreement and
Correct.
everyone knows what's going on and everyone's okay with it.
Everyone's cool and comfortable.
Live the life you want to live. As long as you're not harming others and everyone is understanding what's going on, do whatever the fuck you want. I just think that they were too different.
Yeah.
Well, also being in Charleston, you're limited. So to find that person, you're going to have to go elsewhere. It's a numbers game.
It is.
Well,
and in Charleston, the South, everyone wants to get married.
And
I mean,
Shep is a weird one for me because I feel like even though I don't think monogamy is for him, I feel like he's trying to fight against that.
yes,
because of
sometimes
his
upbringing and his family
core
and-
values that he eventually needs to settle down and needs to have a family and all that kind of stuff. When you can settle down and have a family, it doesn't need to look the way monogamy looks or the way he thinks it might look. But
just like you don't have to have sex every week and you have dry spells and that happens.
yeah,
Right.
You know?
Right, exactly.
You know, just like, you know, your husband wants to go to Vietnam for 3 days.
cheater.
Totally
For
normal.
Miles.
Totally normal.
His name was Miles.
Yeah.
So did you fuck Taylor or not?
I mean, just love her.
I love her because never misses an opportunity to embarrass Austin.
Yes.
I mean,
never.
and she's
easy.
quick.
So good
She's
at it.
so quick.
So good at it.
Mhm.
And he's
God,
like,
I love her.
and Madison.
God.
He's like, Madison.
By the way, great job to the post team. That was a perfect button to the scene because
That
it's
was
a nice
so
little
good.
comedic, you know, Shep needs a whiskey. Madison chimes in, and then Austin, Madison.
Exactly.
God. And then the news starts to spread.
Oh, yes. Start spreading the news. Madison calls Vanita.
You drinking?
Better start.
She just knows how to ad-lib like that.
Well, I guess in
great.
fairness,
She's so
Benita's
good.
like, I'm drinking a glass of wine on the porch.
Chug it.
Chug
Yeah.
it.
She goes, oh God. She goes, I have some news. Oh God, do I need to put it down or take a sip? Chug it. I just want to be friends with Madison.
She's great.
Madison is wonderful.
I
Madison, we love
her.
you.
We do. Love her so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're intercutting with JT and Craig. How are we feeling? Weeps, how are you feeling about JT?
Don't like my sound effect. Sway you. Take it out. Post, take it out.
I don't dislike him, but I think he's trying a little hard.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't like vehemently dislike him. I don't want him off the show, but I just think he needs to tone it down a little bit.
In
I
like
think
what
he's-
regard?
I think that there are very strong, this doesn't sound weird to say, but like there are strong male characters on the show. The men are the anchor of this show. Shep, Craig, and Austin.
And Whitney.
And Madison.
And Whitney. And Madison. The one with the biggest cojones of them all.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
That's what I
JT is Patricia. JT's trying to come in and just, I think, play on their level. And it takes time, it takes practice, it takes
a lot of
building blocks
practice.
and growth. And I think that he's coming on a little strong. I think there's potential there.
Yeah.
But I think that he's doing a little much out of the gate.
He's doing Eliza season 6.
Yes. Not quite as offensively, maybe. I don't know. I'm on the
Literally
fence.
the
I'd have to
first-
think about it.
Literally the first dinner.
When she's chasing Catherine around Patricia's house.
And she's saying, what was she? That she could be a surrogate mother? Donate an egg?
Gosh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a chaotic dinner.
That dinner made me so uncomfortable.
That dinner was so hard to fucking shoot.
Eliza
Pat, I
is so
love you.
horrible as a cast member.
Oh, Eliza was terrible.
I mean,
the woman that wait.
The blonde who was was way younger.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she
yeah.
wouldn't
father
stop
was
talking.
Yeah.
To the point where Cameron has to take her to go get pedicures. And even Cameron's
tell her to
like,
shut up.
you need to shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's a lot.
You need to
coming from
stop
Cameron.
coming for Catherine about Thomas.
Like, you're doing too much.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, and we had her involved in season 4 and she didn't work. Then she got brought back for season 6 and still didn't work. So it was just like, look, Eliza, don't dislike her as a person, but she was not right for the show and she just tried to do the most.
She
tried
did.
to take up the air in the room and it did not land with this group.
No, it did not. But for our listeners, will you go a little bit more in depth and describe why this cast is not difficult, but like they're hard to get into, or like you can't just slide
Pop
in so
someone in
easily.
and just be like,
because JT is
plug and
he
play.
is kind of holding his own to a certain degree, but
Yeah, and I do think that they all, or not all maybe, but that the guys know JT from around town and they are friendly with him. I don't think they are close friends going into this, but he's not just brand new to
no,
everyone.
Yeah, they play golf.
They play golf, right? Sure. So,
That's what I saw.
I mean, look, here's the thing with this cast. They're very smart.
oh, they are.
They are kind of too smart for their own good
Yes.
because they understand how the sausage is made. They understand how we produce. They are oftentimes very good producers themselves. And Charleston is a very, very small town. I know
So
we talked about it at
small.
nauseum, but because of that, you can't just come in and try to heavy-handedly manipulate. They all see each other off camera. They all hang out on weekends when we're not filming. And there's no way you can tell them not to. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can tell them not to. I've told them many, many times. It's futile. And at a certain point, you're wasting your breath because
Sure.
they're all going to the same 6 bars every weekend.
I do.
And they're authentically,
It's okay. I do it all the time.
no, it's okay. I just, I'm talking with my hands.
Passionate.
They're authentically friends. And for the most part, this core group especially, they have known each other for many years now. They hang out in the off season most of the time. Sometime, Craig will disappear in the last few years and go to New York and then come back. and
They have
Bahamas.
individual lives.
But they
and
have
stuff.
relationships, so they're kind of too smart for their own good. So there is a level of, with certain cast members, having to read them in almost as if they are kind of producer light. They have to kind of understand what the trajectory is to an extent that they can help, mold and maneuver there.
And then you have to produce that layer.
And you have to produce that layer.
So it's like, because so Southern Charm was one of my favorite shows just as a viewer. It was always a dream of mine to work on it. So here we are, lo and behold, I got to work on it. And Eeps had told me it is a very hard show. And I said, got it. And then I left and I was like,
Got it.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something you can only really understand experiencing it.
Yeah, and it's because the cast is really smart. There's no way around off camera. So the idea that you can tell them not to do that, like Vanderpump, they'll wait for cameras.
Right.
They will not do that on Southern Charm,
No.
and you're wasting your breath. So what'll happen is you really just have to know that that's how it's going to happen. So you have to know how they're going to move off camera to then produce it back in your direction.
Yeah.
Right, and you can't reproduce things that happened off camera. You're just gonna have to do the fallout.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell me what happened.
Like, for example, in season 4, when Shep made a move on Chelsea at the Commodore at the bar late night, and it became a thing. It was off camera. So the next day, we had Austin come to Chelsea's salon, her hop in the car with him and tell him about what happened. Because at that point, Austin and Chelsea were starting to kind of hang out, see each other. So you're managing fallout.
Yeah.
That, coupled with the fact that the network's expectations for this show are incredibly high. It has to look a certain way. It has to feel a certain way. It has to
They can't do this. They can't do that.
it has to feel upscale and blue blood, but we also want the down and dirty drama, but we also want the the feeling of upper crust.
Yeah, we don't want it to be
type.
tacky.
It can't be tacky.
It can't be redneck, as Shep says. We're not redneck.
We're not fighting at the dinner table. We're not
Yeah.
rednecks.
Yeah.
I love Shep. And
Rustic
there's-
opulence.
That is the word. Rustic opulence. That is the descriptor for
Elevation.
Southern Charm.
Yeah.
Okay.
the visual language should be rustic opulence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting, fishing. That's why, like, having a pheasant dinner. That
Pheasant.
I'm surprised we didn't see Shep shooting and hunting pheasants. To be honest,
Alec Baldwin ruined that for us.
oh, I guess they're not really going to be doing hunting stuff. Otherwise,
No,
we
I'm
would,
serious.
But it makes
we
sense.
would cover.
Hunting
Stuff
is
like
hunting is a tried and true Southern Charm staple. Same
Yeah.
with fishing. It was always like find something outdoorsy and Southern rustic opulence. That is the code name for Southern Charm. So it is. You have to check a lot of boxes, and it's hard to kind of keep all of those balls juggling in the air.
It really is.
Well, I was really bothered about how JT was sitting in this scene. It really irritated me.
and also where the
phone was.
The phone was. It was like, look at
Why
my
was
look
it
at my
all-
crotch.
Seriously.
And
Like,
it was
look at
like,
my
but it was
crotch.
like covered through a plant. Like I don't know what we were doing, and I don't know how much of it was like the producers were like, we want this to be like a power stance, but it was the most unnatural FaceTime call I've ever seen. And
Because he had his feet propped up.
Right? Weird. I think so.
Like me giving birth on the fucking reenactment.
He had,
right?
He must have like a
Lamaze.
Napoleon complex because he's
I think
the
he does.
shortest guy in the cast.
He's 5'9".
Which is
Which is
like,
like
Okay, guys.
an average sized
Austin
man.
6'5".
not for this
Well,
cast.
I know, but I'm just
So
The
I'm just saying,
girls are taller than him.
Austin is 6'5".
okay.
I think Shep
Shep
is 6'4".
6'4", 6'5".
And then Craig's like 6'3", 6'4".
They're
Yeah.
tall.
Olivia's like
5'11".
5'11".
Catherine's like 6
Catherine
foot.
was 6 foot.
Naomi
Tail-
was the shortest, and
She was 5'10".
yeah,
Damn.
Taylor's like 5'10".
5'7".
Oh, she's shorter than that?
yeah, she's short.
Okay, fine. So that's why
They're
JT, by the
tall.
way, that's why JT likes Taylor's, because she's the only person on the entire cast that's shorter than him.
God. He just sat in that chair being like, I'm a man. I'm a real boy. Even
I'm
though
a
he calls
real
his
boy
mom
now.
Mommy, I'm a real boy. Look at me sitting in this throne, this chair. Honestly, I don't even
He's
know
a
what
king.
I don't even know what happened in the scene because I couldn't get past how he was sitting and how unnatural it felt with the FaceTime.
I couldn't get past the scene because he was talking about bro code, and I was like, "Aren't you just
Oh,
really friends?"
God, that's
I'm
all he
like,
does.
What are you talking about, bro code?
Also, bro code.
Bros.
Literally 2 episodes ago, you are telling your bro Shep that you have a thing for his ex-girlfriend.
I'm gonna marry
while
her.
also then exactly.
God.
While also then trying to divert the attention and the blame and any sort
Yes.
of negativity towards Austin.
He's like, Shep,
what bro
here's the deal.
code?
I won't sleep with her until we're married. Okay? It's like, God.
Wait, but he said he called it something else when they were at the
Oh,
bar.
like
it
a-
was like professionalism, bro code.
Professionalism.
Professionalism.
It was
It's not professional.
professional. And he's like, Leva, let me break it down. Leva's like, okay, I think I
Leva's like,
got it.
Yeah,
I own multiple businesses. I think I got what you're putting down.
Hard pass.
JT.
I love how he had to,
Sit in your booster.
how
Shut
he
the fuck
thought
up.
that he had to mansplain a pun. Like, I'm good, JT.
We're good. We're good.
I need an explanation
Honestly-
why you still call your mom mommy.
Mommy.
Okay.
JT's still playing in the minors, and he's trying to make it in the majors right now. And you know,
He's not going to make it into the majors until his mother stops infantiling him. I'm serious.
All I can
Snacky
think about,
please.
all I can think about with
What's the dog's
JT
name?
is Betsy? Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh, I'm about to enter season 8.
Okay, so you'll have seen this.
I won't remember
Liza
it,
and
but
John Aaron, the little boy.
I don't know anyone that he just named.
The little boy, the Vale, where they're high up on the hill, and there's the moon door where they want to send Tyrion through to drop him
Oh,
down.
yes.
The little lord who sucks on his mother's teeth, who's like 13.
He's like 13.
Yes.
The little lord.
And she has that long ass hair.
That's Liza Aaron.
Yeah.
This is giving me
Is that
serious.
JT's role model?
That's Robin and Liza
Okay.
Aaron vibes with JT and mommy.
I'm so proud of myself. I normally don't know any
I had
storyline
to get
outside of
the
Cersei and the Dragon Lady, but I do remember that.
Okay, I had an honest question. I asked Betsy
What?
earlier. I said, I really am trying to be objective. Am I? Because I'm trying
Yes.
to have integrity here, okay?
Of course.
Like, I'm not judging if a couple hasn't had sex in a long time, but
no,
whatever.
of course not.
So I was trying to apply my thought processes and how I
Logic.
approach and most things like this
Okay.
towards this. And I'm like, okay, real talk.
Yes.
Is it weird that he still calls
Yes.
his mom mommy, or is that me?
How old is he?
Is it on me? Am I making it weird? You know, like, am I the
He's
uncomfortable
out
one,
of
or
high
is it-
school. It's weird.
You know what I mean?
It's weird.
Like,
It's weird. I
It's
think
weird.
it's a little weird.
He's 39.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Okay.
It's weird.
It's weird. I'm with you 100%. I think it's weird.
One of our DMers, my God, one of our listeners DM'd us and did say that there is a mother-son connection, especially with the diabetes.
Okay.
All right.
Here's what I'm going to say to that. Growing up, one of my best friends, like through high school into my 20s, was type 1 diabetes. So, you know, had it since childhood, shots every day.
Yeah, you're born with it.
Yeah, I knew him since we were 11 years old. He did it him fucking self. It is not that hard. I know how to do it. So I understand the closeness because there is certain things.
But he was sick. You know, maybe because he was sick all the time.
Did we know that? Did he say that?
I'm pontificating. No, but speculating.
She's trying to be fair.
All I'm saying is
we can respect that.
And by the way, I am in no way trying to devalue or put down like the seriousness of having type 1 diabetes and how much you have to manage that day to day.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm only speaking from the one person in my life who I was very close to, saw all the time and had it. So I saw how he managed it. He didn't call his mom mommy.
Mommy?
It's just weird. It's weird.
When an adult man says, mommy, I think he wants milk. And he wants to suck.
Oh, God.
And he wants, he wants the cow's milk.
I'm serious, though. Like, mommy?
Bad.
Yo,
It's cringe.
it's a jump scare.
It's a jump scare.
And guys, Craig's doing a really good job. So to me, Craig's always the one that tries to shepherd in the new cast members. He does a really good job.
Craig always does a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Craig
why
just does his job.
I know, but he's on the FaceTime with him. I bet you if they'd asked Austin, Austin's like, absolutely
Absolutely
not.
not.
But Craig's like, yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, I'll do
Thank you,
it.
Craig.
Sure.
Craig's like, where are you? I can't see you. But there he is.
Craig's just running around. I mean, he does the JT FaceTime, so that's JT's filled in, sure. He then does the Shep's like meetup, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
You know.
He's doing the work.
He's doing the
He's
work.
clocked in. Where
You
his
better
mic.
work, bitch. He is working.
He loves to work. And I think he'll also, look, guys, he lives for the drama.
Oh, yeah, especially when it has nothing to do with him.
Exactly. So he's like, I'll be on
look at
FaceTime.
him. Watch the scene again, the ending scene, and Craig is glowing. Craig is glowing. Paige is there. She's talking about chopping balls off, and it's not his. He is glowing through the whole scene. He loves it.
Here for
I also love that Craig, when they're finishing up the FaceTime, he's like, there are plenty of girls in town. This could have been avoided. But Austin kept hanging with Taylor. Yeah, Craig, we know there are other girls in town. He chose Taylor on purpose. I mean, come on.
The ratio of women to men in Charleston is, no lie, 10-1.
Wait. Like 10 women to one man? Or
Yes.
boy? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It is 10-1, guys.
Yes.
What's the population?
Like
Good question.
200,000.
It's small, too. Yeah. It's small.
Fucking for real?
It's a tiny...
But if like you add like Mount Pleasant and the Metroplex, maybe like 600,000.
Wow. So
It's really
is small. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, Hallmark, y'all. I didn't realize.
That's what it looks like.
This
It's
is
really
like
beautiful.
Well, it is beautiful, but
Yeah, 150. The Charleston has a population as of this year of 153,000 people.
wow.
Yeah, it's tiny.
You know, even when you're like, guys, it's so small. I'm thinking, 2 million. But wow.
Well, by the way,
wrong?
if you incorporate the entire metro area, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, say like, then we're at 745,000. Okay. But we're still under. You're right.
Still,
yeah,
though.
exactly.
Yeah, no.
It's
Lauren
small.
got it off
And
the
there
computer.
and
Exactly.
exactly. There you go.
No, it's because Eves wanted to correct me. She wanted to fact check me.
I wanted to fact check.
Fact check.
Because here's the thing.
I
She
wanted to
knows.
fact check for myself.
Well, she knows I'm a Virgo, and Virgos tend to just speak out their ass like they know the facts.
And sometimes, sometimes you do.
And yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Leva and Olivia at lunch.
Lunch. The lunch brunch that we didn't know we asked for, but here it is.
Okay.
here.
Can I just say one thing before we get into this scene?
Yes.
I was just gonna say, why does Olivia look like she just got off a skateboard?
In Venice Beach.
Maybe she was rollerblading.
What's so funny is that like there is no look in Charleston, but there kind of is, and so it kind of took me by surprise.
She's looking very SoCal.
She does.
She's going
she
back
looks
to her
like
LA days.
so.
she can do
good.
whatever she wants.
She looks good though. Anyway, Eeks, yes.
Here's what I'm going to say. And it was in this scene that really made me think about it. I've thought about it already, but like this story that's playing out with you know, Austin and Taylor and the ramifications for Olivia and Shep and all of it.
Sure.
This scene made me realize how much this season would have benefited from Catherine being there. Because here's the thing. Catherine would have been a better person for Olivia to talk to. I know that she and Leva are friends and have an authentic relationship, and Leva's kind of like a big sister. But if I think about it from just a story, how it could play out, Olivia and Catherine are friends. They were friends before Olivia came on the show. And Olivia I would have had Olivia sit down with Catherine, talk to her about it. Then you could have Catherine have the next scene with Austin, talk to him about it. Then Catherine could sit down with Craig and Shep and all three of them. She's connected and she has stake in these relationships and in the friendships and in their lives. And she has the historical knowledge. And Leva, I love Leva, but she always comes across a little too mom. And I understand that in some ways that is a good archetype to have for like Olivia feeling the way that she does. And Olivia doesn't even know the news yet, right? She's just kind of grappling with, there's this disconnect
She's like the
with
cool
Taylor.
older aunt.
She's the cool older aunt. Yeah, exactly.
But 15 years older.
Right. But this scene was the one where I really had a moment thinking to myself, like, man, I wish Catherine was on this season, because especially given what stories are playing out, she would have had such a crucial and great role to play because of her relationships. She's such good dynamics with the boys, and she is really good with Olivia and close to Olivia. And I think she would have been a better sounding board.
Well, yeah, because Catherine knows the boys. She knows where all the bodies are buried. Okay?
100%.
Yeah.
And
they're like her brothers.
the reality is, if Catherine was there, we would be asking Olivia who she would want to talk to, and she would have said Catherine.
Yeah.
So,
and Catherine would have been the right person for that conversation.
Well, and really, we don't, from the women on the show now, we don't have any long-standing relationships. I mean, we have Madison, but really...
But Madison doesn't have someone...
But the women are not connected in a big way.
No.
Correct.
The closest connection were Olivia and Taylor, and that's gone.
Ugh.
It's so sad.
It does. It breaks my heart.
Olivia and Catherine had that connection. So that's, Catherine, we miss you.
Yeah.
Me too.
We miss you, Katie.
But yeah, we're at this brunch and we're
With Leva.
with Leva. I don't know. Was Leva drinking a Bloody Mary? I don't know.
What's that?
Leva
I
had
have
like
no idea.
18,000 things in that drink. It was like a lemon, a lime. It looked like a mushroom. Like things were in that glass that I couldn't even identify.
Well, Charleston's very food and bev. F
Yes.
and B.
Okay.
F and B. Like Craig loves to say F and B.
Okay.
Paige thinks it's very annoying that he is like F and B.
Okay, I'm with Paige.
Yeah, so
I love you, Craig.
I felt so like it's not that Olivia's naive. It's just that Olivia she's trusting, because why wouldn't she be, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She tells Leva that, well, they each talk to their families, and that was a gut punch.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess that's when Leva's like, she really likes Taylor, but there just constantly seems to be things that come up.
Yeah, that are coming up.
Yeah.
The second that she said about the families, the way that Leva looked was like, oh, they absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to tell Olivia this. I'm just like, we're just going to have to let this play out. And you could tell that she was trying her best to be like, yeah, I mean, maybe blah, blah. She was trying to be like really comforting.
Yeah.
So you
She
think
was.
in that moment she knew the news that they had already at least kissed?
No.
Meaning Leva.
What I'm saying is when Olivia's telling her that she was told
About the
families, and it
She's
was
just
such a
drawing
gut
her own
punch.
conclusion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can see it on Leva's face that she's like,
there's something there.
here, Olivia's here thinking, not being naive, but like Olivia's believing them.
Wanting to believe
and
that
Leva
her
knows
friend
them better.
is telling the truth.
And Leva knows better.
Yeah.
Leva is the eyes and ears of Charleston.
Yeah.
So when she says that, she's like, I can see it in her face. She's like, oh, fuck, this is not going to end well.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, it's like how we see it. Really? Just a kiss? No fucking way.
Yeah.
And
No
she can
fucking
tell
way.
that Olivia's struggling. Olivia's trying to convince herself that, like, I guess I'm going to take Taylor at her word.
I'm going
I
to
don't
believe
know.
what she says.
Yeah, like I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, but
I
she's
know her
unsure.
heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure it's in the chair where Olivia says that if she does find out that they did hook up, it's going to change things for the friendship. And even if Olivia forgives her, things will never be the same.
Right.
And of course, we, the viewer, know, well,
Yeah.
buckle on up, sweetheart, because we're going there. And I think Olivia knows it too.
Yes.
But she's just trying to hold out hope that, like, you know what?
You don't want to
This is my
believe
friend.
it.
I want to
Yeah.
trust her. This is also my bitch. Like Taylor's kind of Olivia's person. Like
Right.
they
are.
were,
I cannot stress this enough. They
were
were peas and
close.
carrots. That's what Forrest Gump says. Me and Jenny were peas and carrots.
Oh, okay.
They really bonded. They were really, really, really close.
Yeah, and they basically lived across the street from each other while
Yes.
she
It's
was.
very sad.
I mean, when
so
I
it
found this out, I
sucks.
was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, same. I was. It's.
And
not good.
because I know Olivia so well, I knew it was, the damage was done. Damage was
Yeah.
done.
Oh yeah.
That's
Big
why,
time.
like, I knew Shep and Austin would be fine, but it makes me sad for the women.
It does. And the thing
Yeah.
is that I've been there. I've been there where my gut is telling me yes, but I'm like, I just,
Yeah, you
you're
don't
just
want to
kinda
believe
holding
it.
on, of course.
You hold on to that 1%, 2%.
Until
It's
somebody
not
really
true.
tells you
I know-
emphatically.
Yeah.
I know her better than you know her.
Mhm.
I know she would not. She looked me, she told me, hand on the Bible. And she loves the Bible. And she told me she did not do this. So I'm going to hold out my 2% hope that she did not do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and it's sad because, yeah, I think Olivia's smart. I think there's a part of her
yeah.
that's like, yeah, this happened, but who wants to fucking believe it? It's like when you're in a relationship and, I mean, look at Jen. You're in a relationship and your boyfriend is like,
It
all
is,
the
it's
flags
Jen.
are there. And it's like,
Yes.
your boyfriend's cheating on you. You're like, no, I didn't see it yet. I didn't catch him in the bed.
He sent that dick pic
I
to
saw
his
him in the
friend.
shower, but I think he was by himself. And it's like, you just don't want to believe it,
I
right?
mean, believe this. We were on a plane ride. It was a joke. He meant to send it to me.
Yes.
I believe it.
And it was limp. He wasn't even excited. Okay. It's like, oh my God. So I just think there's a part of her, she's like, I know her heart. This isn't Taylor. It's going to be okay.
It's
And
the Erica Jane stories. Where she's like,
What?
Tom Girardi got in a car accident and flipped 8
Oh my
times.
god!
He's
And it was
blind.
snowing.
Yeah,
and
and
there
we're all
was a
like,
blizzard.
what?
there was a blizzard.
The fuck are you talking
The
about?
burglar came in blind.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I do
God.
Dorit was also there somewhere.
Guys, I do love a cast member who really sticks to a lie because it makes it fun to watch.
It does.
Also-
Especially when you're watching it
know.
live.
We need to get that on a mug too. That Erica Jane rant.
Oh, yeah.
my
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
That's what we're getting into.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
I just wanted to point this one thing out before we move on because it just dawned on me. And I'm sure it dawned on the viewers and listeners a long time ago. But if they didn't really like kiss or do anything, then why did Taylor call Austin after the lunch with Olivia and cry? What was she crying about?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Why is Austin the first call? And why are you crying?
she needs to feel like she did nothing wrong.
Why you effing crying?
Yeah. Why you effing lying?
Because she
Remember?
lied. She lied to Jesus.
Oh my god. She
Sorry.
lied on Jesus'
She-
name.
She weaponized
On his
Jesus.
She did that. I didn't.
She did though. Because by the way, now we know. Do other Christians lie when they say, I swear to God?
Well,
And a hand to God? Bible?
we've got one piece of evidence.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of evidence just on Bravo. I swear on my life. Really, you want to do that?
Is that what you want to do?
I mean,
Does anybody ever believe that when somebody says that?
no, it
No.
makes me think that you're even more guilty.
Exactly.
I swear on my kids too. It's like, oh, you're just. you're-
Oh, God.
So gross.
That's always a good one.
It's so bad. They're just bad actors.
Yeah.
No,
I would know how to
yeah.
act. I would know how to act my way out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So they bring up Shep's pheasant dinner coming up, this little family get together, and there's no way that this is not going to be awkward. Like Leva agrees.
It is.
She's not making it.
Leva goes, what's a pheasant?
I don't know what a pheasant is.
I don't either. One of my favorite parts is Olivia's like, it's, an edible bird.
What
the fuck?
An
What?
edible bird?
Yeah.
Like
She goes,
chicken?
Yeah, she goes, an edible bird. Like, what's another edible bird? And Leva's like, chicken?
Yeah.
And honestly, both of them are so disconnected
I can't.
from this. They're like, all right, let's just move on. So anyway, what's with the pheasant? But yeah, Leva does not want to go to this.
Does not want to go to this.
It was giving me very is this tuna or chicken?
Oh.
Is this chicken or right?
I mean,
But it says
it's
chicken
tuna,
of the
but it says
sea.
chicken by
Yeah.
the sea. Yeah,
Olivia, you were obviously brighter than that, but it was just for giving me that.
Well, and I just love
No, edible bird was my favorite part of the whole
Or
fucking
my favorite part was
episode.
I would rather be that dead pheasant than sit next to Austin.
Oh yeah. I just said that Leva goes, I don't want to go to that. And she doesn't. And she
I
doesn't
would
go.
not want to go to that either.
Same.
Oh, I want to go. I don't know that I want to eat the pheasant, but I will.
I mean, fly on the wall. Or you want to sit at the dinner table?
Well, I want to sit at the dinner table because I have, no
Craig
stake in the
is
game.
at that dinner table, so of course she wants to sit.
Yeah,
at the
I want to sit at, but I want to sit
Obviously.
next to Paige.
And Paige. You want to sit between Craig and Paige.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this? Are we celebrating something or we're just eating pheasants? I think I missed that.
I think that's what we're doing.
Shep went hunting. He shot pheasants. He
Yeah.
has an excess, so he wants to bring everyone together, have a meal. He has friends who have this beautiful place, there's the chef.
Tommy.
Exactly. And
Tommy boy.
I think that was
that
the precipice of it.
I think because
wasn't
we
too
don't
deep.
see the hunting, that was lost on me.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
were
we do get that small clip towards
Oh, that's right. That's right.
the
That's
dinner
right.
scene, but that's all we have.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
I think they flashed to it in the Shep and Craig.
They did.
scene.
They did.
Epically, yeah.
Well, Austin arrives
Honestly,
to Taylor's condo.
the post.
Or Taylor arrives. No, Austin arrives.
Austin goes to Taylor's and the post team. Chef's kiss because the music is diabolical. It's kind of like setting it up for a horror movie.
Oh God,
It's like,
isn't it though?
Here he is walking in with trap hop.
It's the meeting of, it's like the two people who were wanting someone dead, and then the hitman, they meet up after the fact to do the exchange. And then they meet up again to say, hey, I think I'm being followed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hey, I got caught.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like this was that meeting where you're like, hey, I think I'm being followed.
Turns out the knife that I used, I actually gave it to the cops. So what do I do?
So like, I don't know what to do. Like they're asking me questions.
Yeah. Did I kill them? And I said,
That's what this was, right?
This is
Define
like get our
kill.
story straight.
Define what a
Yes.
kill
Oh
is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just.
But what's
too
so
much.
crazy is that neither one of them they don't have the wherewithal to realize like how guilty this even makes them look. They don't understand. Like I'm telling you, they're thinking it's just bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay.
It's
anyway.
really fun. It's really
Now, I mean, the purpose of the scene is for Austin to tell Taylor that people know now, but it's that moment where you're like, the cops are following me, they're on to me, you know.
And I guess I shouldn't say this because why am I disappointed by Austin? I shouldn't be disappointed.
Why? Because he brought his own beer over?
No, I don't care about that. That's one of the things I like about him. One out of one. I shouldn't be disappointed because I don't have any high hopes, but like, I know that because what you told me, he doesn't typically tend to want to watch himself on TV, which I can understand. Why would you? But this isn't your first time on TV. How do you not know how bad you look? Like, it's so hard for me to understand how he thinks that he's like pulling one over.
But I think that's like that. There's a sentiment that's shared amongst everyone. That's why. I mean, we'll get DMs like people have asked, like, what is it about him? Because they can't understand.
And what do you tell them? You leave them on red? I don't know what to tell them.
No, I just tell them that he's funny and he's just goofier and he has a warm heart. I think that there's this idea that he's this big Lothario, like he's this asshole, he's this guy because of this and that. You guys are giving him way too much credit.
I don't think that, but I also don't want to think he's an idiot.
I
But
know,
is he an idiot?
He can be.
He's very obtuse and dense to some of that stuff.
With stuff like this, he is. He's not by and large. Here's the thing: Austin is a good guy. He is. There's a reason why not just women, but people are attracted to him as a friend, as a love interest, whatever it is. It's because there's a magnetism to him, and he's fun, he's funny, he is a good time, he has a sensitive side.
He's a good time. He's a good time guy.
He's a good time guy. But like he's got a good heart.
He does.
He just gets in his own way, and I think in the constant search for connection, he doesn't always the thing that he's most guilty of is being a little too self-centric in his way of thinking and not really recognizing how his actions or words can impact another person. He's not coming from he's not coming with malintent. He's not coming from a bad place.
I don't think that either. I don't think
just
he's
blows up in his
malicious.
face.
I just think that, obviously
He can be a little bit of a dum-dum
makes bad
sometimes.
choices.
Makes bad choices.
But he doesn't have any skills.
Oh, that's the end of that sentence. Okay.
But I guess to me, honestly, him going over to Taylor's house kind of means nothing to me. They're friends. Craig thinks it's weird. I get it. That doesn't even bother me. But it's the, like, did you make out? No, never. No. It's just like,
Okay.
he thinks that that's doing justice for him. That's,
I think, but yes, because he gets it wrong all the time. I'm speaking from experience having to produce him.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. I'm like, no. I understand why your thought process is if I do this, this is the outcome I'm going to get. And I have to say, no, that is not the outcome you're going to get. I am telling you. And then there's been times where he goes against my advice and it's worse for him.
Yeah.
He's like Leslie Nielsen in, what is it called? The Naked Gun. He's always just kind of like, he thinks that this is like,
it looks a certain way.
Correct.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb for Austin should be whatever your instinct tells you to do in situations like this, just do the opposite.
Yeah.
He does not have good instincts in these moments, especially when he finds himself in a little bit of hot water, which he does quite often, and he doesn't necessarily learn from his past mistakes or how things have played out in the past, taking that information and being like, I'm going to do it differently this time. He's not quite there yet.
Let me give you an example. Okay. Olivia and Austin are having their first date on camera. They're grabbing beers together. They're at Beer Works? No, Social?
That's an awesome
Uptown.
place.
Where's the place that the boys just went to recently?
Uptown.
Yeah, Uptown Social. Okay.
The place that you liked, Betsy, that you were
Yeah,
like, oh, I want to go there.
And
I want to go to there.
they're talking and they're really just kind of talking about how they've already kind of been dating and where they're at and not too serious because Austin, he's like, I don't want to commit to anything. I really want to date, but I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still trying to process the trauma
breakup
with my ex.
Yeah.
And Olivia completely understands that. She herself is like, I'll also date. Like, there's no big deal. We can hang out casually.
Yeah.
Okay. Once they finish having that conversation, then they kind of move on to more lighter things. Okay. And through that conversation, he just so casually just tells Olivia that he was talking to Madison the other day on the phone and Madison called her white trash. And I'm sitting there.
God.
Like, why?
No,
Just
I'm
don't
literally
do it.
I'm literally sitting there at monitors and I'm going, oh my God, what? What the fuck are you, what are you doing? So I talked to him after the fact. He's telling Olivia because he's like, this girl is saying this about you and you need to know. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're telling her because you want to get back at your ex and you're using the person that you're on a date with as collateral damage.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that might not make her feel good? And he thinks he's doing something that was virtuous. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
That was lost on him.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
he just doesn't.
Dumb. Okay, got it.
Dumb.
So here we are
Dumb.
at Taylor's.
Speaking of Taylor's.
And he sits down and he goes, long story short, I told Shep we kissed. We hooked up and kissed.
That
And
is
you know what?
not cool at all.
My conscience is clear. I feel liberated. I mean,
He loves that.
he loves being
I
liberated.
think Austin's the type of guy who is like, if I said it,
It's
I
off my
said it and I
chest.
forget it, it's gone. I'm absolved.
Oh, I feel better not carrying that around.
but
That's not so easy. Not so quickly.
But also, it's easy to. I feel like it's easier to say that when you end the conversation with a hug and, oh, all right, man, we're good. We'll figure it out. Like, I think if Shep had left that conversation being like, fuck you, man, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't even want to look at you right now. I got to figure it out. I don't know that he would have felt liberated. I think he's like, I got by with one. Boys would be boys. Like, Shep's kind of mad, but he understands.
He
and
has
I made it
anxiety.
work. I don't give a flying fuck about his anxiety. Be a fucking person. I don't care about that.
No, what I'm saying is I still think he would have felt liberated. I think the anxiety sometimes might supersede the aftershock, which is also bad, but I think that's easier for him to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but I do think it helps that he left that conversation with a hug, and it seems like everything
Yes.
is
I agree.
not
Yes, I
great.
agree.
I don't think he's walking away being like, oh my God.
But
Shep didn't care.
Shep didn't
But-
rail him. Shep
Right,
didn't
he's
come
like,
after
okay.
him.
No.
He was like,
We're,
okay.
We're okay. We'll make it
Okay.
work.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
He can kind of let out the breath. a
Austin
little bit.
definitely expected that conversation to go way differently. That's why he was so scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Well, look what happened last season when we were in Georgia. They were screaming at each other, pussy!
Oh,
Remember?
God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he made the comment about Taylor. He was like, you control her. You control Taylor.
That's right.
He got mad at him for that, and they were screaming at each other.
Screaming at each other.
Anyway.
So Austin's has breathed this sigh of relief, but again, he in his more self-centric way of thinking, he's relieved. What he's not considering the fact is that he has coached, or he and Taylor have agreed to toe the line on this story that nothing ever happened.
They wrote a
And
script.
she has now twice sworn to Olivia that nothing happened. So whereas now Austin, sure, he said that nothing happened, but he eventually came clean, and Shep was, I'm using bunny quotes here, but sort of okay.
Sure.
Well, Taylor's now like, this is not cool at all. Olivia's reaction's not going to be good. And yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
No.
Why? Why isn't it going to be good? We just saw Taylor talking about how they weren't ever in a relationship. They were never really knew what they were doing.
Right.
Why
well,
isn't it going
the
to be
lies
good,
we tell
Taylor?
ourselves to make ourselves feel better
Why?
for
Exactly.
our sins. You know,
I
she
mean-
looked her friend dead in the eye and lied to her.
Twice.
It was passionate.
Twice.
Like, if we're looking at it just through just in the bubble of what they did, it sucks though, because when you do go in on it with each other and then somebody makes the decision for you, and of course Austin would do that.
Two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
That is correct.
That is the only
But then
way
at the
that
same
works.
time, on the flip side, what was Austin going to do? Lie again?
He was too drunk to lie.
Both of them were in over their head. This was going to happen eventually.
yeah.
In
Absolutely
over their
was.
head.
100%.
Mm.
But Austin, you know, when Taylor starts not spinning, but taking the stance of you coach me, like you told me what to say, he does this thing where he gets defensive. You know, we both agreed not to tell people. I'm sorry if that hurt you. It fucking sucks, but I've never felt more liberated. That's where that line comes in. And she's
All
like,
he
well,
cares about is himself.
right. He gets defensive and he becomes self-centric. And Taylor
He's like,
is
I feel
like,
good. I'm good. Taylor, I'm sorry. I'll wipe your tear or two, but I'm good.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry that hurt your feelings,
But
but I'm
I
cool.
feel good.
And she's like, well, I'm glad you feel liberated because now I feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Correct.
And she starts to cry, but I'm sorry, I didn't see a tear. She like wiped like a non-existent tear from her
Her
eye.
eyes were watering up. I saw
Here's,
that.
Okay,
here's
fair.
the deal.
I believe it.
You make the pact. I say nothing, you say nothing. Okay, well, you're still responsible for yourself. And when you
Yes.
look your friend in the eye and she asks you point blank, did anything happen? Did y'all do anything? And you say, no,
Nothing happened.
nothing. Honestly, I don't give a flying fuck about Austin because he means nothing to me. You are looking at your friend and you're lying to her. Now, I can understand you and Austin, you talk, don't say anything, I won't say anything, we're in this together. But to Olivia's point later on in the episode, why is your loyalty to him?
Right. It's
His
not
loyalty
about
should be to
Austin.
fucking me.
It's about the friendship. It's about Taylor and Olivia.
I'm grossed out. I'm grossed out by everything, and I can understand Taylor feeling betrayed, but
also-
imagine how Olivia feels right now.
But
Yeah.
but hold on. Not to jump too far ahead. When Olivia's like, it's baffling to me that she doesn't see the type of person that you are. And I'm going to read you guys the subtext of that text.
Okay.
Is that Olivia has already dated this man. You don't think that Olivia also was coached and told and steered in this direction and this? You don't think Madison? You don't think that's his MO with all the women he dates?
Does he do a good job though?
I mean,
because
no,
everything-
look
he
at,
gets
look at
caught every
season. He gets
time.
caught every time.
Because the women just seem so much better.
So that's what
Seriously.
she's saying. She's like, Taylor, wake up.
Yeah.
You've been listening to me talk to you who this man is. And you're still choosing to be guided by him to what? I mean,
And Taylor's like, guys, great friend, bad boyfriend. But here we are
Again, here we
talking
are.
to your family about, do I want him to be boyfriend? It's like, what the fuck?
It's all a bunch of lies.
She's obviously super fucking lost. Things are happening. I don't know her, but it's very poor.
Taylor's
It's
going through a
looking-
time.
she is going through a
just
time and it keeps snowballing. And I think she's feeling a lot of shame.
Yeah.
So then
I
she
would
doubles
imagine.
down and she says things in the interview chair like, well, they were never dating. Taylor does not believe that.
No,
to
she
her
doesn't.
core.
She does
But she's in a place where she's like, I've already committed and stuck here. And
I have to sleep at night.
Yeah, and I think that she feels embarrassed and ashamed. I'm being serious.
I totally agree.
That she did this to her friend.
And a good friend.
Yep.
But she did crack the beer, so he's
But
like,
she
"Whoa,
did crack
you're
that
drinking
drop
it.
top."
Whoa."
He was so surprised.
Whoa. Well, I mean, I do.
So
I do still want to try one. Okay.
And you will when we go to Uptown Social.
Yeah, I
When we
do.
go
I
to
will
Charleston.
say I want to do it on draft. I'd rather do draft than
Yeah.
Always
That'll be a
rather-
Charleston
always
brew.
rather do draft, baby.
We're at Patricia's.
We're at Patricia's.
The best
favorite.
place for gossip.
Oh yeah. What a great trio this is.
Come one, come all. All for one and one for all. Come one, come all. Is that CUM?
That's what I
mean,
Come one, come all.
Honestly, I was like, how is the cum spelled?
I thought the same thing.
Because, well,
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
wait, where's the Whitney's guitar? You could do like a little guitar solo
Okay.
for this nude photo.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'm trying to imagine that the nude is with the message "come one, come all."
That's what
she
she
said.
said.
I know, but was Whitney alone? Is that it saying like when you come and bring your friends?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to rationalize the come
I
one,
think it
come
was
all.
Taylor's attempt at being clever. And
Oh.
I don't know.
What?
Come one,
So,
come all.
wait.
It was a fail.
come on,
We've got to back up.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm curious where
She sent a nude photo. This is really real.
Yes.
This is
She
real.
sent a nude photo to Whitney.
Correct.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know if it's full frontal, if it's just topless. I don't know that. But she sent a nude photo to
We
Whitney.
don't know.
and Whitney shared it with Patricia.
Whitney told Pat. Pat asked to see the photo.
Oh, she's such a queen.
And
Love her
she
so
is.
much. Proof,
And
Whitney.
Whitney says that it was right after the Shep breakup. He's like, she was fucking around. Maybe she
Comedy,
was trying
ha-ha.
to piss off Shep. She was going through something. So he didn't even tell Shep about it because he didn't think he'd care or that it was relevant. And, he jokes, well, maybe I should get myself a lawyer. And then Madison, I know Whitney and Pat are close, but I didn't think they were so close that he'd be sharing the photo sliding into his DMs. I just love that Pat drops these bombs. Whitney did not want her to say this.
She blows him up
This
all the
was just a
time.
fucking Patricia special.
She's an
I know how this
icon.
went down, and
She
kudos.
lives for it.
She's an
Kudos.
icon. And the thing about Whitney is he cannot be mad at her. It's just like,
Oh, he can be, but he'll
God.
never show it.
well,
He'll show
but-
annoyance, but he can never
Correct.
Yeah. And he's trying to avoid it. He tries to skirt the issue.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
this is a
trying-
friendly thing.
He was trying to avoid it, like he avoided saying that
Yeah,
he had sex.
slept. Yeah, he slept with
Catherine.
Catherine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when I was like, ugh, I can't stand this guy. And you're like, no, we really like him. And then it was an uphill battle trying to like him.
Yes.
After that moment, and kind of, right
Well,
now we're breaking even
He apologized.
on camera.
No.
Okay,
no,
all
not
right.
on camera. But,
But
he did
if he
apologize.
apologizes,
And it was-
that's all I care about.
And it was very sincere.
very
and
sincere.
he was wrong, and he said that.
Yes,
okay, all
he
right.
did.
We'll record that next time you see him and send it to me.
Okay. Okay. I think, here's what I'm going to say. When I heard about it initially, I needed to understand what the motive was
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
and why Whitney.
I mean, look, my guess
It's to upset Shep.
is to upset Shep.
Okay.
Because I do think it was last year. I think it was,
Yeah, it was.
early on. And I think that it was probably drunk and she was doing it to piss Shep off.
but why
Maybe
Whitney?
she sent a nude to Austin too, and we
That's
just
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
that.
Why Whitney and not Austin?
Maybe she did. Maybe
Is he more threatened by Whitney and the guitar and the glasses?
No.
What? Why?
Actually, Shep would be more threatened by Whitney than Austin. Let's just be real.
I don't think so.
I do.
What if she said it to
I
Patricia?
don't. Why do you think that? Wait, why do you think that?
I think,
Can I tell you why I don't think it?
yes.
Because I think that he knows Whitney better than that, and Whitney would never date Taylor.
I agree with that 100%. I don't think in terms of Taylor specifically. I think as if it was a random girl, nameless, faceless, just a female and it's
one of the
him-
many women that
one of the-
Shep masturbated in.
Gross.
Stop it.
If it was
He went around
Shep and
town
Austin going head to
masturbating.
head, or it was Shep and Whitney going head to head, I don't think Shep feels threatened by people like this in general, but I think that Whitney is incredibly intelligent. He's well traveled. He's
bothered
well
him more,
read.
maybe. It would bother him more.
Whitney would never do it though, so that's the difference. Like it would never even be a
No,
thing.
no.
But I think Taylor was doing it to piss Shep off.
So weird to me.
God.
God, the mystery is just getting bigger. Like
building a mystery?
Building a mystery, Sarah McLachlan.
mystery.
I just don't.
Look,
I
I
don't
too.
understand.
I too. When I found these things out, I was like, oh, what? Because very much like Olivia, I felt like, do I know this person? And that's not
Yeah.
just shame
Yeah.
because you're going through a bad time. It
was
didn't.
shocking to you.
Yeah, it was just very surprising.
Yeah.
You know?
It-
but I'm
it-
not like the
when I-
girls on the
it
show
was-
being like,
It was surprising when I heard about it.
I know, but the scene where they were doing the intervention, like, he used to be sweet. That wasn't me.
No.
It was just more of like, that just isn't her character. But
A very, very perplexing.
It
yeah,
is.
I'm just,
Madison was happy to be there. Madison was like, "What?"
Oh,
Here's the thing.
Madison was living
Here's
for
the
this.
thing. Patricia and Madison are the ones that are really the schemers.
Oh,
You
they're
know?
so good at it together.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see us play off.
Like, I can see it now. Patricia calls Madison. She's like, you're going to come over. We're going to do the scene. And I'm going to say that Taylor sent a nude to Whitney. Whitney's going to be there too, so don't worry. No, dead ass serious.
Do you think
Dead ass.
do you think she would be that direct, or do you think she would just say, "Come over"? I
No, she would just tell her.
She would tell her.
She would just
offline.
tell her. Yeah.
You know what?
Or if she
Kudos
wanted
to
if she wanted the
Madison.
reaction in real time on camera,
Oh,
she'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I have a juicy little tidbit to share.
I
Yeah.
will say that Madison's reaction would lead me to believe they did not talk about it, but
but she probably
But
knew
she-
there was something.
yes.
A little something, something.
Yes.
A little something, something.
And then I
What?
love the Whitney and Pat banter, because Whitney's trying to downplay it and say, Taylor's a sweet girl. And Pat says, well, I mean, if it's no big deal, then I'll just release my sex tape.
Yeah.
And he's like,
God.
oh, and Madison laughs.
good.
And then Patricia, she does it best.
She really does.
Taylor's sweet and Jesus and all this, but she's sending nudes and hooking up and sleeping with everyone's boyfriends. I mean, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real sweet.
She's an ingenue.
She's an ingenue. she
she's
sure
Mhm.
is.
Great.
She is an ingenue. Craig and Shep at Vickery's.
Love Vickery's.
Yeah?
Shem Creek. Solid. Solid spot.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Shep looks really good in this scene.
I agree.
He just looks healthy.
Yeah. I like both of them. I thought it was interesting how they were sitting, because they were kind of sitting on the, and maybe this was more of like for a camera standpoint, but they were sitting sort of on the same side. And Craig never made eye contact with Shep, I think, the entire scene, which I always think is so weird. But
Stop it.
My cat.
yeah, he's involved.
He's a talker.
But I don't know. I feel like Craig never quite made. He kind of like
never makes eye
his eyes
contact.
shift.
Yeah.
So he sort of makes eye contact and then doesn't. But I did feel like they were sitting like on the same side, so it
Yeah.
was kind of awkward for them to be like looking at each other.
I'm wondering if they landed in the wrong place because the sunlight was in Shep's face. And there
Well,
was nothing.
one of them
Oh, it was,
is in
yeah.
full harsh sunlight,
Shep.
and then Craig had shade.
Yeah. And you
That
usually
felt
can't-
odd to me.
Shep does not like scenes to be interrupted.
Oh, so they couldn't be like,
No,
hey,
he doesn't.
Shep.
Well,
But-
I had to do it once because there was a glare and I was like, I'm sorry.
Shep doesn't like being interrupted. This is true, but for something like that,
He would have been fine.
it should have. They should have moved them if they landed in the wrong
Yeah.
spot, or maybe they set up and then the light changed. But either way, it was very
Yeah.
harsh sunlight and then very shaded on the other side, and it was for me visually jarring.
Well, it was disconnected. I don't know that we got really a full shot of them together. It was like
Sure.
a camera on Craig, camera on Shep.
Here's the thing. He doesn't like to be interrupted because, I don't know, this might sound strange, but he does, it's like method. Like he really
in
doesn't
it.
think about, he's in it. He doesn't think about the cameras. So when you interrupt him, it kind of like.
It jars him.
Yeah, it pulls him out of where he's
Yeah.
at. And I said, I'm sorry, but there's light on your face and my ass is going to get handed to me in post and it needs to be fixed. And he's like, do I have to say all the things over again? I said, no, you do not. Because it was such an authentic conversation. He's like, I'm not. And I'm like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. But Craig tells Shep that he was on the phone with Austin earlier.
I don't like this phone call with Austin and Craig.
The little flash of it.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? Like, are you shocked? Like,
What are you shocked by
What
the
are you?
news?
Is this a flex?
But this is typical Austin defensiveness.
course.
This is how he started to get a little bit with Taylor. This is how he gets fucking defensive when he knows that he fucked up and he is embarrassed and has some shame and all of the things.
And now it's your fault that you didn't guess it.
Well,
Even though
no, I
they
think
did guess it.
I
and he
think
said
it's
no.
more like. I think he's more like, well, everyone knows, so come on, Craig, you had to know. Like, don't act like you didn't know.
Oh, right. Are you
So,
shocked?
yeah, whatever. I just can't. It's so bad.
I know, but like you go and 2 episodes before that when they're at the bar crawl and he's like, no.
He looked down to the left.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, Craig did know.
are you shocked? It's like, okay, God. And I agree with Craig. You know, now Austin wants a prize for finally being
what the fuck?
forthcoming and honest after, 6 months or whatever the fuck it was, after being asked and finally he comes clean and he wants an award. He wants a prize.
Shep doesn't seem to think it's a big deal. Well, we know it's a big deal, but he's trying to like be the come one, come all. He's trying. He's trying to be like the inclusive.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he uses that terminology, by the way, when they talk about the pheasant dinner, come one, come all.
Oh,
Where else
yeah.
have we heard that phrase?
Well, written on the back of a nude photo.
Yes, Polaroid.
I mean,
Black and white.
Yes.
That's a little odd.
Well, what do you? I mean,
I don't know what
are
I'm
you-
not implying anything. I just was like, wait a
Oh.
second.
No, I did
Shep
think it was
is
a
using
weird
the same phrase
overlap.
that Taylor wrote in the nude photo she sent Whitney many months prior.
Yeah.
Come one, come all.
I honestly,
oh,
yeah.
he did. He knew what he was doing.
yeah, he did.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
God, I love these men. Because it's for the
It's
same
a subtle nod.
for the same fucking reason he invited those fucking girls to that fucking Winter Wonderland party.
God.
Which is why he made it. He made sure that he had to reiterate. I don't want to look like I'm bringing Olivia to this because I'm mad. Jesus Christ. I mean, look,
good.
it could be coincidental, but I don't know. I think maybe it's just a little nod.
I think I agree. I think it's a little nod.
Craig does not believe that Shep's really going to be okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, what does he ask him? I think he's like, how's the dinner going to be? And he's just inviting everybody. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't think he needed to invite everybody.
He didn't. But I think Shep is really actively, consciously trying to like
Be the
do the
adult
right
and
thing,
right.
be the adult. Like, he respects that Austin was ultimately honest. To which
Ultimately.
Craig points out that, but he wants respect for finally fessing up after lying for 6 months.
Yeah, like that's
Shep told Austin that he forgives him. He wants, he invited everyone. He wants to keep the invite list the same. Let's all find a way to,
have the
to move
peasant
forward.
bring us together.
Have the peasant bring us
it.
together.
the peasants and the pheasants.
If anything can, the pheasants and the peasants.
And Craig is calling out, I think, what a lot of people would think, which is it's weird for still inviting not only Austin, but your ex in this scenario, inviting Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah, he's like,
And we know Taylor doesn't even not Taylor, Olivia doesn't even know.
and Olivia doesn't even know. I mean, do you guys agree? Craig thinks that Shep is trying to force it and that
Well,
it's
yes,
unhealthy.
of course he's trying to force it.
absolutely.
We've seen
He doesn't want to be vulnerable.
in past episodes that Craig thinks it's weird that he tries to be friends with exes.
Well, yes, we know.
Okay?
We know.
Even though
we
he
know.
fumbled and fucked around with Naomi, he tried hard and it didn't work out. Craig's like, it's weird that you're trying so
Leave
hard
it
with
at that.
Taylor. And also, I think there's a part of Craig that's like, why are you not more upset with Austin? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a part of Craig that's like, I thought this was going to be a little bit of a bigger deal, a little bigger rift
Well, you know what it
than
is?
it really is. And what the fuck, Shep?
Because he's sad. Usually you'd think
Shep's
it'd be
sad.
anger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
you think
sadness,
he- I
not
know,
anger.
I
But
know.
he's just like so distraught over it.
That's
He
what
really
I'm saying.
is.
This is the first relationship we've ever really seen, and we're seeing the fallout.
And I think Craig has so much historic knowledge of seeing Shep rage out about things, not necessarily something like this, but just in general.
Yeah.
And take a very, kind of heated stance. And the fact that he's very even keeled, I think is a little alarming for Craig.
All
like,
right.
yo, bro, like he wants to shake him. Like, you should be more mad about this.
Now,
Yeah,
producer question, since y'all would know. I know y'all did not do this season, but something like this, obviously for the show purpose, it's great that both Austin and Taylor are there. Now, is this something that Shep, he's like, no, I want to invite them?
Yes.
Yeah.
He would not be
Okay.
forced to. If he
Okay,
said,
okay.
I'm disinviting Taylor, we would say, do it on camera.
Yeah.
So this
And
really is.
It
This
really
is coming
is.
from
This is
Shep,
Shep.
and he's,
He's
like,
done this before.
I want to put one foot
Look,
forward.
We've had
and
other events
try.
where other people were, maybe there was conflict, and he was like, look, I'm only inviting who this person may be comfortable with, but at the end of the day, I'll invite everybody.
Shep is, and he said this for years, and it's exactly what you said. He's Mr. Inclusivity. He actually is.
He was upset with Landon for not inviting Catherine to his birthday.
Correct. And what I will say in the years working on the show, when there are always these fucking riffs where you can't get two people in the same room, or if one person has an event, there's certain people who won't make sense to be there. Shep is pretty much the guy where if you give him an event, you know that everyone will be invited. Like if you need a reason to get everyone in the same room when there's feuding, Shep is the guy to host the event because he is Mr. Inclusivity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why he owned the finale event in season 7.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Which is why, not Paige, Patricia usually owns it because she's going to invite him.
Yeah.
But she, yeah.
Except for Catherine.
Except
for a
that
few
1
seasons.
year.
You know? Craig and Paige at home.
I love this scene.
Do you?
I do. I love that it's Paige's room.
Yeah. Of course it's wrong.
And she's like, stay the fuck out of it when I'm not here.
She goes, Craig, water, suitcase now. Give me a water and bring in my suitcase.
and then,
He's like, yes.
God. Paige has him wrapped.
Oh,
Wrapped.
he's well trained. Yeah. Well trained puppy.
How many times can I hear about the sun deck and the possibility of kids laying out on the sun deck?
Oh, he keeps on just trying to slip that in, and she's like, nope.
Sliding in the sun deck. We get it. You're going to get a
bless his
sun
heart.
deck. You're going to get a sun deck.
For himself.
He's got a really big sun deck.
I mean, my God. He really is. He's obsessed. He's a
is.
homebody. He's a hallmark.
I know.
This is his dream, the house.
Yep.
It's finally together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally
has her own
together.
room, she has her own
Paige-
space.
Yeah, and she helped design it. And we remember when he was redoing the closet, and he would be like FaceTiming with Paige to ask about
Like
where
how
she
she
wants the
wanted
vanity,
it. Yeah.
and he's thinking about this and all of that.
I love that. Even though she's a Yankee, she doesn't want to do this with anybody else.
She's feisty. She's a feisty
Fuck is
Yankee.
he? Delaware. It's not, I mean,
I don't know what a Delaware
He's trying to sell
is.
that he's Southern.
he needs to shut the fuck up
Gregors,
with
you've
that.
never been Southern.
No, of course not. Even when he wore the ascot. Bye.
Even when he wore the
Bye.
ascot.
Also, I love that Paige is like, don't go in my snack drawer.
Don't look in here. I thought it was going to be like a vibrator or something. She goes,
Same.
It's my snack
No,
drawer.
snack drawer, but the look on his face of like, oh my God, there was snacks in there?
Yeah.
Like it was
Glazed
it was
chips.
adorable.
God, he wish he had known.
He wished he had known there was a time when he wanted that snack.
I love this relationship.
Same.
And I see them being together forever.
I love it.
I see this being for the long haul. Like
Of
they are
course.
really great compliments to each other.
They really are. And she doesn't put up
I-
with shit.
And he needs someone to push him around a little
Yeah.
bit.
And she will.
But
call
not
him
make
out.
him feel like a
a loser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did also love the way that the scene started because it was very much like a movie. Because I know that they have cameras in the cars and stuff like that, you know, whatever, still cameras or whatever. But I love it because we open the scene and literally Paige is opening the door and she's like, I can't believe, or I can't remember if it was Paige or Craig, but he was like, yeah, can you believe they made out? Weird, right? And she's like,
Yeah.
God, you're friends. Weird. It was just like
So incestuous.
And it's like, we don't even need the background because we know exactly what they're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
But the scene just picks up so seamlessly that I kind of fucking love it.
By the way, I'm glad you pointed that out because I don't think I consciously clocked it, but I really, really like that they just picked it up mid-conversation.
Yeah.
We rarely see that in this type of way
chemistry.
where there's an arrival and you're picking it up mid-conversation.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like they didn't
Well, 'cause
show
that's
the
natural.
beats. They didn't
You-
show
Right.
him telling
That's what I'm
her.
saying.
you're getting out of the car, you would be talking.
And because their chemistry is so good, they can do it.
Yes.
It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel fake.
They have
anything
really
like
good
that.
chemistry.
Yeah, they've great. But it just kind of picks up the way that you know that they've talked about it. It's almost like when we talk about how we complain when you have two people like episode 1 of a season and they're sitting down and they're friends and you know that they hang out and talk all the time.
Yeah.
And they start filling each other in on things that are going on in their lives because they're really filling in the audience. But you're like, you guys have talked about this
Yeah.
already. You've talked about this for like a month. So why are you
Well,
talking about it like it's the first time?
it's always, it's that.
It was the
or
reverse.
It's like, it's that or they're talking about it with like somebody who's really close and it's like 5 days later. I'm like,
Right.
that's annoying.
A husband and a wife, and she's
Correct.
filling her husband in on the terrible thing that happened on the trip 2 days ago. Like, you told them the second you got home.
And there are ways to do this, and SLC did it best. We see it's Angie K is talking to Sean, and then in the afternoon she's talking with friends.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I didn't clock that, but I like that.
Yeah, because he obviously told her what happened.
Yeah, of
but they're
course.
just talking about it as they're getting out of the car, and it's just those little sound ups, those little snippets. And I like that they did that. I think that was really well done.
She's like, God, y'all are so incestuous. Or he's like, yeah, we're becoming really incestuous. These two do it for me. I don't think this is a newsflash for the listeners.
Well, Paige has gotten her footing.
Love it.
She's gotten her
Charleston.
footing in Charleston.
I love this couple.
I love this couple too. Actually, I have a funny story. Oh, so I was doing round robins with Paige and Craig, and I was trying to suggest ideas because, of course, cast members never want to just come. I'm like, can you help me here? Your place is a mess. I don't know what we can do. So, like, throw me a bed. I'm like, well, how about we make some coffee? Make Paige coffee, bring it up in bed, and y'all can, get in, cuddle up, and done. No.
Who's saying no, Craig or Paige?
Craig's like, no. And Paige just looks at me and she goes, it's because Andrea brought me coffee in bed.
Oh, God.
And I just looked at him and I was like, what? I was like, I can't get a fucking round robin. I just need to get this over with. I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
Craig, baby.
And then, by the way, Craig's like,
Like shrugs his shoulders.
Such
You
an
can't see
asshole.
Lauren doing this. She's shrugging her shoulders, a
shrugging
little
and
like
laughing.
smirk.
Oh, God.
That's true.
every time.
Are you okay?
But you know what? Look, here's what
It was funny.
it's funny, and what's so annoying is that like they actually have to think about that stuff because that would have totally been like a fucking comment online.
Well,
Even though it's also like, come on, it's just fucking coffee in bed. Everyone does coffee in bed.
hold on a second. It wasn't about the comments online. It was like a jealousy thing. He was like, I'm not, because
I'm better than him.
yes.
Yeah, that's
That's
by
what
the
it
way,
was.
You're right. Yes,
It was
yes, of course.
not
I
about
will make
online.
you your iced coffee twice downstairs.
Yeah, he's like, exactly. He's like, I want to be associated with something different
Yeah,
and better.
right. Of course.
So then I had them brush their teeth together.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, you have to deal with you have to do what you have to do.
Okay, I get what I get.
Exactly.
what you
You
get.
get what you get, baby.
I get what I get, and his house is a disaster. I have to keep
Like
reiterating
in this
that.
round robin, step over the construction.
Oh my god, what kind of?
Watch out for that nail.
We've definitely
like-
done like dealing with demolition construction round robins with Craig. That
Oh, he
season when
had no
was-
kitchen. So you also have to understand there was limited places to film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was no kitchen. Not even no kitchen. It was just like cardboard.
Yeah.
Oh god, so annoying.
We went one season from there being
hated
two
it.
different rooms, the like living room and then like this other room off of it, to literally just studs and like ripped drywall from the Friday the week before to the Tuesday the next week
God.
because he got wasted with a bunch of friends and did the demolition party, and that's when he severed
he
his
fucked his hand up.
finger.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gross.
cleaning that
disaster.
shit up. Yeah.
What a fucking disaster.
That house is the real most improved player on this show. It went from a dump
it's
to a fucking
beautiful.
demolished
Oh, it's
mess to
gorgeous.
asbestos to fucking beautiful.
Asbestos.
That's why he couldn't live there for a year. There was asbestos.
Can't. Oh my god, I fucking can't.
He wanted to do construction. They found asbestos. It became a whole insurance thing for like,
Oh my
a
god.
year and a half, and
then
then-
the pandemic hit.
and that was
Yeah.
in pandemic times too.
I don't
and
know
that's
how
why,
he did that.
So that's why it also took so long. It was fucking asbestos.
I would have gone crazy. I went crazy. I hated filming in his house. Hated it. You're stepping over shit. The lights don't work. I was like, oh my god, I fucking hate this. You can't film out in the front yard because he doesn't want to know where anybody lives. Because one day he took an Uber home, and that Uber driver picked up people who he then told they knew where Craig Conover lived. So that
People
Uber
started
driver
knocking on the door.
No, the Uber driver was giving tours. This is where Craig Conover lives.
Oh, gross.
And Craig was like, fuck you. And so now we couldn't film in the front, can't film in the back. I mean, it was just like,
That's why
awful.
the establishing shot is always the back of the house.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Stalkers.
Which now looks great.
I can't wait to go.
It's a wonderful. By the way,
I can't wait to
me
go on the
too.
tour.
Me too. You're
Me
gonna
too.
stalk
I
him?
can't wait to see the new
You're
place.
gonna stalk him?
No, I don't care
Do
that
the Uber
much.
tour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do any stalking. I don't believe.
The pheasant dinner.
The pheasant, not peasant.
Another
dinner.
disastrous house, but in a different way, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, this goes nowhere good. Very fast.
No. Like, did anybody really think that this was gonna be good?
No, but that's
No.
why they brought the cameras.
But it's also
It was for us.
But I think Shep really did want it to be
good time.
good times.
Good
Like,
times.
I
I
think
do
we
too.
felt
Good
that,
vibes.
especially at the end when he was like, we're not white trash. We don't. No,
We're not rednecks.
No, not white
We're
trash.
not
That's New
rednecks.
York with Ramona and
Yeah, we're not rednecks.
We're not
Well,
rednecks.
it
We don't
was
scream at the table.
Southern
This
Trump
is
too.
good energy. Joy.
Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Joy.
So I think he had good intentions, but I think, he's ridden this ride before. He probably knew it
He
might-
was crossing
it might
his
go off
fingers
the
and
rails.
toes and hoping for the best.
He tried.
He
He was
did
like,
try.
not here. We're not having conversations here. Only I will have a conversation with Taylor. And Taylor's like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And I am going to upend Olivia's life.
Yeah.
The first guests are Craig and Paige.
Yep.
I know that she's not a cast member on this show, but I really, really was dying and desperate for Paige to have a confessional because everything on her face, I mean, we could kind of read it.
Yeah.
And I know she said a lot in the scene, but I was dying to hear her thoughts.
I mean,
In
I
the
don't
chair,
disagree.
as y'all would say.
I would love a little peppered in the chair bite from Paige.
like how we get it with husbands sometimes.
yeah.
Husbands.
Like,
You go to husband.
like one interview with her at the end of the season.
Why not? I mean, I would have liked it too. I think the audience has a hard time with the crossover. I think they're having a
don't
hard
care.
time with it.
I agree. I think the network also has a hard time with the crossover.
Why?
Like the level to which they enmesh them. Because has Craig ever had a confessional or Austin on Summer House?
No.
Okay.
No,
They're
no,
not.
no,
I was going to say
no.
yes, but I actually don't know.
They have not.
They haven't. I didn't
They
think.
do. They treat them like guests.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
like,
They're guest players.
yeah.
Fine.
Even
But
though
I
it
don't
would be
disagree
better.
because Paige is good in the chair.
She's expressive. She's very
she's
good
the
face.
fly
She's
on
good
the
in the
wall.
scene too,
Yeah.
and it's just like everything she was doing.
And she's not involved, so she can be the narrator.
Yeah.
And speaking of, we didn't say this earlier, but thank God Madison's narrating.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I was also going
and
to
Charleston,
say
where I live. It's like, fucking
Live and
I
work.
was also going to say this at the beginning. I kind of wish the Housewives did this because the way Charleston does recaps is so engaging. Like how they
Yeah.
have a cast member kind of be like, and then Austin the Bozo, whatever they say. Like it's more storytelling,
Yeah.
versus just a normal like last week on Real Housewives of Jersey, and it's just like, oh God.
Well, they did do them on Texacanas.
Oh, they did. That's right.
But wait, you pointed at me.
I thought you were going to say something else. I completely agree, but there have been a couple of times recently where housewives have done an interesting thing that we've talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Where they bake the
scene.
pre-von
Yeah,
or the
and I'm
previously
into
on
that.
into the scene.
That's
I'm
an
into that.
anomaly.
I'm
I
into that.
love that.
I like that.
Keep doing that. Do that more.
Yeah, I agree.
But for charm, I love, the narrator's great.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well,
But yeah, then Taylor.
Paige has never had pheasant.
Oh, she goes, "What is that? Is it like a duck?
It's like duck?
What was that accent?
What
I don't
is
know.
Was it like duck?
I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Oh.
I take it back. I take it back.
I
No,
honestly-
leave it in.
Bravo,
I have-
bravo, fucking
no,
bravo.
it's secondhand embarrassment.
I have
What's
first
that?
and
Why are y'all
secondhand
dating?
This would be a make or break. This is
This
my
was not-
this is my non-negotiable.
I did a Madison when I met
Wait.
Paige. Paige, I am so sorry.
She's a New Yorker like you eat.
I
That's
know.
why it's the
I
most
know.
embarrassing.
I got a little high, guys.
You
I
can't do
had a
Paige.
moment.
I mean, you can't do Madison. You're not from the South. Stop
She
trying to.
can't do Paige, and Paige is from New York.
Oh well.
Me and Paige are from the same state, and I fucked it up.
Yeah.
And Paige, I am so
Paige
sorry.
doesn't have an accent like that. You
No.
have an accent.
I do not have a heavy New York accent.
I don't think you do either.
Thank you, Betsy.
I really don't.
All right, fine.
Anyway,
Fine,
yeah,
fine.
she's never had it.
She's never had it, but she'll try anything, and
Yeah.
I love that. Like Shep tries to be all, "We'll get you a pizza." She's like, "No." Yeah, I will try. I will
tough,
try
dude.
to
She's
eat
tough.
anything
She's
once.
tough. She's tough.
She's tough.
Yes,
She's a feisty New
Taylor.
Yorker.
Taylor arrives,
Taylor the sailor comes in.
with her
chasing
day
the
chase.
day away with her day chaser.
Oh yeah.
I still get embarrassment from her trying to get the can out of the box.
Oh God! At Republic.
It gives me,
Oh, it was
it
so
gives
bad.
me anxiety.
Oh, it was so bad.
It's like if I want to put myself into an anxiety spiral, I'm like, I go back to that time where she was trying to get the can out of the box.
I blocked it out. Now I'm in an anxiety.
Well, now
spiral.
yeah. Well, now the anxiety is then going to turn into tears.
This is the
Y'all,
Yeah, I don't remember this.
Little Craig runs up to Taylor.
This was
Well, Shep goes, wait, Taylor, come here.
Oh, you're right. You're
He
right.
was setting it up. He's like, I gotta see this. And he's like, Lil Craig. Guys, this was a moment.
heartbreaking.
And I think all three of us, I definitely teared up.
I cried.
I cried.
Full blown cried.
I didn't.
I did.
I teared up. And watching, first of all, like little Craig, because obviously dogs always remember. That's why you see those like heart. I mean, I'm not trying to compare this to this, so please no. But I'm just trying to say like dogs don't forget and dogs don't have a concept of time. But like that's why you see all those heartwarming videos of like soldiers coming back
Yep.
and like the dogs remembering. It's just like you can see little Craig was like overjoyed, but then you go to Shep. And Shep's like trying to like nonchalant like wipe away his tears, and it's just like
he's just emotional and raw.
ah, that
I
really
was
it really
falling.
got to me.
Well, they really did have like a little
family.
family.
Yeah.
It was fun. IOP.
It was fun.
They really. I mean, yeah. I hang out with them. They're fun.
They are.
IOP.
Oh,
Palms.
Island of Palms.
That's where he and Olivia have their place.
It was like, in
Sorry.
my opinion, I was trying to say, wait, what is? I was trying not to bring it up, but then I was like, what the fuck is IOP?
You're like the
Okay.
$2.99 breakfast at IHOP.
Exactly.
The home of Shep and Taylor's little family, Olivia,
It's
and
across the street.
Okay.
and Bolo.
Okay.
And Bolo.
All things that happened on IOP.
God, I forgot that I'm on IOP.
I do remember Bolo.
Bolo.
Okay.
But this was just
Yeah.
this is
It
one
was
of
really
the most-
endearing.
it was really endearing, and I gotta be honest, this is probably one of the moments that in the 9 years of the show like just watching it hit me the hardest. Like
Yeah.
one of the sweetest, saddest, most emotional, heartfelt moments. Like it was fucking it.
He misses her.
He misses her, and then little Craig, and it was and Shep crying. I'm sorry, Shep crying sends me.
I
It
know.
fucking sends me.
It's not. I don't think it's a weekend dad thing.
No,
It's not like, oh man, crying. No.
No, Shep being raw.
It's just
and
knowing
emotional.
him, and this is the most vulnerable we've ever seen him.
Yes, exactly. They were a little family together.
They really were.
And you know what? Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
don't know. You go ahead.
I appreciate that and it's in the chair, but he can reflectively acknowledge it does not that he misses the relationship itself, but he does miss the closeness and he
Yeah.
misses the connection and having that because that was the first time that he had that. And
Yeah,
that's,
for sure.
I think meant a lot more to him than he ever realized it would have if he
Yeah.
asked himself years ago.
Are you getting choked up?
Now I'm not getting choked up.
Okay. Oh, quickly move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm getting a little choked up.
You are. You're getting a little choked up.
I'm fine.
I'm fine, guys. I'm
fine.
fine. And then it all goes to shit.
Well, okay. So Austin arrives, and
Oh yeah.
he's like, "Hey, Shep, nice to meet you for the first time."
Oh yeah. The
handshake.
What was that handshake?
What the fuck?
He's so uncomfortable.
He's so awkward.
Yeah. He's
he makes
super.
he makes
uncomfortable and
everything
awkward.
so weird and uncomfortable. He's an alien. Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the oyster roast last year? Oh
No.
my god. Madison being there and it's just like
It sent him.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah.
or when he got
Right after she got
disinvited
engaged.
and then Madison said, "Fine, you can come if you're gonna act like an adult," and then he comes and he's fucking weird. Where's my seat?
When he is uncomfortable, he is fucking awkward. He just
It's not just awkward.
is.
It's like it's like
Well, it's like as Lauren sometimes calls me, it's like Nell. It's like he forgets all like human interactions. What is it like to be a human?
Seriously.
Do I know how to interact with another
he's like
person?
he forgets
Yes.
to be a person.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
And he's
like
like,
short-circuiting.
yes. And then he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
says weird things and like even him approaching Olivia at the wedding. It's just like
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And then so now he he gives one of his best friends of like 10 years a handshake.
It's just so
I
weird.
can't. It's so uncomfortable.
So
Just shows you how much he's like, this is awkward. Mm-hmm. And I know that we're really not okay.
correct.
The handshake says, "Thank you for forgiving me, but we actually fucked."
Yes. But I am liberated.
But I'm liberated.
Because I told you, hookup means kiss.
Kiss, yes, we kiss.
But what you don't know
Kiss.
is that there was tongue. I'm keeping that to myself. I'm going to my grave.
He will absolutely not go to the grave.
No.
He'll be on his deathbed.
I'll make it till the end of the scene. And then, Shep, there was tongue. I just need to get it off my chest. Tongue.
He always needs to get everything off of his chest.
God,
He
like
does.
a dollar short. What? No, wait. Wait, what's the saying? A day late, a dollar short. That's
Yes.
what he is.
Yeah, 6 months.
It's time for me to clear my ear after he's already like in the jail.
Wait, yeah, it's true though.
I'm
He
in,
is like that.
I'm in prison for murder, and I'm getting the chair tomorrow. I need to tell you that I did it.
Yeah.
I finally, it's like, we already,
We know.
We already got it, buddy.
Ooh, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right, so Shep, what is she? Well, Shep shepherds Taylor
He does.
outside to have their convo.
Yeah.
He's like, this is kind of impersonal, but I guess I'll sit here. It did look very uncomfortable. He was like
Yeah,
sitting on the
I don't
leg
know.
of the
He
chair.
Yeah, he's sitting on the edge. It's
Yeah.
weird and whatever.
Edge of glory.
Totally.
Right, Apes?
Yeah, and then, brings up that he spoke to Austin and knows about the kiss. And, it's a bad decision on all levels.
Yeah.
Okay? No, we just kissed.
Right, because he says, I know y'all hooked up.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he's
And
like,
so
I
she-
don't think.
So define
a kiss-
hookup. Taylor thinks hookup is more than a kiss.
He goes, I don't believe a kiss, like, it has to be more than a kiss.
No, I think he says, Austin told me y'all hooked up. And she goes, we just kissed.
Right. She says,
That's
no,
true.
we just kissed. And he's like, it's hard for me. That's when he
Oh,
says,
Yes,
it's
that's what
hard
he
for me to
It's
believe
hard-
it was just
Yes.
a kiss.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Taylor thinks a hookup is more than a kiss.
Yeah. Well, then she tries to throw it back in his face and use the ammo of, well, you just kissed those girls. So is that not, So Shep has to kind of back off.
Okay, how do you feel about this? I'm truly asking y'all's opinion. It's not to say, obviously, we know that Shep kissed other women. That's not to say that didn't happen, but I am curious what your takeaway is on Shep, his tone, how he's trying to broach the conversation, Taylor, her response, and what she's using to get back to him to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
that's?
it's like I said last week, the Monopoly. It's your get out of jail free card. I think that because he did cheat on her, I think she's always going to play that card, even though they're not in a relationship anymore. So, and I think in this particular situation, I'm guessing that he probably did say, no, I only kissed certain women. And so, honestly, if I'm Taylor, I would have said the same thing because that's the only thing she can fall back on. I'm telling you it was just a kiss, and he's thinking, well, it can never just be a kiss. Well, you told me it was just a kiss, so was it not just a kiss with you? Touche. I honestly thought, if I got to give her points, I thought she played that very, very well. And I'm not even a chess player.
By the way, same.
I agree.
And then she completely fucks it up at the end.
But that's different. That's a different.
No. I mean, literally at the end of this conversation,
right.
she's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you and don't think that because we're good,
Right.
You can go and fuck other women.
Correct.
I was like, wait,
what?
Correct. That was very,
That was
very
bonkers.
I was like,
baffling.
I'm confused.
Like you had it. You had
No,
it, Taylor.
you
You,
should
actually
be
Are y'all
had it.
together?
Right.
No,
Exactly.
you should have been confused because
Why?
it was totally bizarre. I was like, why is she saying this? I don't get it.
What?
I think she's out of her mind.
She's misfiring. It's just kind of misfiring on all counts
And-
because
and
she
Don't
had
think we're
it.
good.
And the weird thing is that
He's single.
Shep's like, no, of course not, of course. It's like his response is even just trying to like disarm her
Placate,
because
yeah.
he's like, let me just get out of this fucking conversation.
Because he knows that this will spiral and he doesn't want Madison's wedding to happen at his friend's house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it
for
is.
sure,
I mean,
for sure.
ultimately, it's kind of like a disaster anyway, but
Right. But they've been broken up for well over a year now.
I know.
Or not
Well,
over a year.
that's the irony.
But
It's
here's the
been several
thing. It's the
months.
girls in Texas. Because
Right.
here's the thing. The girls in Texas was
They're
2
broken
months
up
after.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she
that's all I'll say
hears
about
she hears about what's going on around town. So don't think that you can don't take this as a sign that you can go and just pick up chicks. Like
that.
what?
Don't take this as a sign that you can go and
Yeah.
live your life.
Exactly.
Really,
What? I'm
really fucking weird.
She
I literally wrote in my notes, I was like, what is she talking about? Like I thought that I time traveled.
I was
And I thought it was like
Literally.
last season when he like made a mistake, but like she's forgiving him. But don't take my forgiveness as like you can do this fucking again because I'm not weak. Like that's kind of what I thought she was saying. But like y'all are not together. So
She's
I
literally-
don't understand what's
she's
happening.
literally
here.
like telling him he's not allowed to go and sleep with other people.
right.
She
Don't
also
take
didn't.
my kindness as a way to go fuck other people and talk about it around town.
You're not together.
But she
Correct.
also did not want him. Okay. When they went on a break, she did not want him being with other women because then that would not indicate to her that he was serious to want to be in the relationship.
Okay.
To which I said, but he slept with women in the other women in the relationship. So what is showing not sleeping when you're not together? Do you understand?
Correct. And I would also, I would also not to get too lost in like, ooh, what does a break mean? Not meaning like if we're on a break, you automatically sleep with someone else. But at the same time, why are you taking a break? A break has to insinuate something.
Right.
So.
Well, the break turned into the breakup.
I got it. I'm just talking like semantics.
Yes,
like,
yes, yes.
Let's have a break, but we're gonna have all these rules in place. Well, then why are you going on a break? I don't like. It just it seems very foggy to me. And
I'm like,
yeah.
if he's sleeping with women in the relationship that he's quote committed to, what would make anybody think that he's not going to sleep
Honestly,
in the breakup
When he's a single person just living
broken
his
up
life.
with?
it's interesting because the way she talks to Shep, and then watching the way she talks to Olivia, because the way she talks to Shep is like, I've got a royal flush in my hand because you've already fucked me over, and there's something I could do that's worse than what you did to me. And so I don't care if you're upset about Austin. I don't care about any of this. You know why? Because you treated me like dog shit. You cheated on me when we were together. I kissed your friend when I was single. So what? And she always just flashes her cards on the table, right?
I mean,
Because she feels like she has a one-up against him.
She can't do that all the time.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying the way that she has confidence and the arrogance and the way that she talks to Shep about what she did.
Well, there was also a moment where
It's like she knows that she has like a one-up on him and that she can't, or that he won't be like, Taylor, stop, this is fucked up. Because she can always be like, well, you cheated on me.
there was a moment, and I can't remember exactly where it was, but I think somebody points out that she kissed Austin or something, and she smiles.
Oh, does she?
There was a moment where maybe it's at the table.
She's the, Shep goes, you're the kissing bandit.
Oh, yeah,
She
that's
goes,
right.
I'm the
Yes.
makeout queen.
And then
Right,
I think,
Kissing Bandit.
Yeah.
but I think that doesn't he make reference to Austin or something? I don't know, but
Well,
she kind of like smiles, like,
yeah, she's like, I'm the makeout queen. He goes, yeah, you're the kissing bandit. And then within that same second, he goes, honestly, thinking about you and Austin making out is making me angry. Or like,
that's
making
what it
me
was.
sick
And then
or
she
something.
smiled.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, by the way,
Her reaction was like,
need I remind you that the Kissin' Bandit line, we've heard that before in the trailer with Taylor and Shep in bed together after they've made out one night.
Oh. Oh,
He
you
says
mean
you're
this?
the-
You mean this
this season.
Oh, okay.
On the trailer, there is a clip of them in bed and Shep saying, you're just a Kissin' Bandit.
Oh,
yeah, well, they also got together after BravoCon. I can't. It's just, I can't.
foreshadowing.
Jesus Christ. Well, that also may explain why she's still so sensitive in January.
Yeah.
Because, they're
They did
they're
hook up.
hooking up, or are they kissing?
I mean, there is an aspect of me that, I do know that Taylor and Austin are friends and she can rely on him and stuff. But I also think that, there could be a world where maybe she's kind of happy that she gets to rub something in Shep's face.
Absolutely.
Like, this
1,000.
really is more about Shep than
For
it
the
is
same
about her having feelings for Austin.
Oh my
you know
God,
what
for
I mean?
the same reason why she sent Whitney the nude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on, come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come
But I guess she knew
on.
maybe with Whitney that, maybe he would be able to keep that more secret than Austin would about the kiss.
I don't know. I don't think
that there was a lot of thinking going on.
There was no thinking.
That's what I think.
There was
With Taylor? You mean?
Yeah.
There was no thoughts. There was no thoughts. There was
Then
no
we
thoughts.
have Austin, Paige, and Craig, the peanut gallery in the kitchen.
Oh
while
my
this is going on.
God. Give them an Oscar.
It was
well,
great.
give
It was
Paige an
wonderful.
Oscar.
Also, what is Austin wearing?
What
I
was
don't
he
know.
wearing?
I don't know, but
don't
like
remember.
khakis or something. I can't with the looks. I can't with the Charleston Chad pants. I hate the fucking look.
He loves to be a Chad. I don't know where. He loves it.
I hate it.
He loves the cack.
He loves the cat.
The cocky or the cack?
Well, the khaki, but the cack. Yeah.
I don't know. I hated it. He looks like LL Bean.
Yes.
Like he
very
got his
Brooks
outfit at
Brothers.
Academy.
Brooks Brothers.
Always looks like that. Why does he not look like that?
Does he?
No,
Yes.
he
I don't
doesn't
think so.
always.
Oh, he always looks like that.
He just
to
looked
me.
like a dad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, Paige points out how clear it is that Shep loves Taylor by the way he looks at her, and then wonders if Austin loves Taylor.
mhm.
I say that like maybe I love you.
Maybe I love you.
I love you.
No, I mean, we're just like, she's
Best
my best friend. I don't know what I would do without her.
I need her in my life,
God.
and I like it like that.
God.
But he hasn't spoken to Olivia, which is a bummer.
And Paige's face, well, is it because, oh my God, Paige's face when she realizes that, like, everyone knows about the kiss except for Olivia.
Yeah. She's like, whoa. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So she lied to her twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I think so. No, you know so.
Yeah.
First and
Guys,
foremost.
I just want to say for all the Paige haters out there that she's a bully. She's not a girl's girl. First of all, I've never subscribed to that.
Nope.
But
No.
all I needed to know in this moment that Paige is a girl's girl because the way that she looked horrified when she was like, wait, oh, back up. You're telling me that Olivia asked Taylor,
Point
and
blank.
Taylor lied to her, not only once, but lied to her twice. And Austin's like, yeah, I think so. Yeah. And
He's liberated. He is liberated.
Paige's face is horrified.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
I mean, her
Because
jaw
she cannot
drops.
imagine doing that
Yeah.
to a girl or a woman,
Her
a
jaw
friend.
drops. And he's like, you think she should have slapped me?
You think it's bad?
Did you slap me in the face?
She a liar face? God.
Paige is like, I am going to slap you in the face and cut your balls off.
She goes, no, slap in the face. You wish.
You wish.
Gosh,
wish.
your balls off. And then you pan to Craig on the fridge, like, just
Craig is
knowing.
laughing.
Craig loves it.
Craig is
He's never looked better
this.
as a fridge magnet.
Also,
He looks
A
beautiful.
fridge pillow magnet.
well, also, Paige has gotten so much more comfortable since she started coming to
I was
Charleston
going
and on
to
the
say
show.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like last season, she really didn't get in the fray because it's overwhelming. It is so different than
It's
Summer House.
overwhelming, but she didn't trust the process because Summer House is so different.
Yeah, and she was still kind of getting her footing and
Yeah.
kind of feeling it out,
I mean,
seeing
she
what it was
literally
about.
told me, she was like, y'all do things, it's scarier. Like, she's like, because y'all, I think she was kind of taken aback because she really saw what a show looks like when you follow a show.
Day in, day out, not just the weekend.
Yeah.
Every part of your life is
Yeah.
is like part of the show. She was like, oh,
She's like,
wow.
fuck.
But now they're farther along in their relationship. They've been on more shows together, like throughout the year, and she's more comfortable with the process,
Yeah.
and she's participating.
Yes.
And whatever day rate she is making this season, she is
She's
earning
earned
her
it, earned it, earned
motherfucking
it.
day rate. And Craig, I think there's a little bit of pride in his smirk. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
my girl is involved in like my shit.
And
Yeah.
she's good.
And she's good.
She's good. She's natural. It doesn't feel
he's-
forced.
Well,
Yeah.
Paige is so different on Charm than she is on Summer House, not because she is different, but
the
because we just get to
surroundings.
see her differently. We see her more interpersonally instead of just like the weird poppin' going to dinner in the city. And then
Right.
before you know, we're like, and when I start living the fast life.
From sunset to sunrise.
I mean, gag me.
Seriously.
Gag. Gag.
Gig. So Taylor comes up to Shep in the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
and says she has to talk to Olivia when she gets there. She has to. Shep, he's trying to backpedal. He's like, this is a place of joy. This is a place of joy.
Oh,
the joy of cooking. We don't want
Lean
negativity.
on me.
Taylor doesn't care.
She has to know.
She has to know. I have to tell her. She can't walk in and be embarrassed.
She is walking in,
Taylor, I think Taylor is having a mild psychotic, like out of body experience break at this dinner because
No, she's listening to Austin. That's the problem.
she is. But the fact that she doesn't pull Olivia aside, it's like she is misfiring all synapses in her brain, and she's not thinking straight. Because even if you wanted to tell Olivia immediately, hey, Olivia, Liv, why don't you grab a drink? I want to talk to you about something, and take her to another room. But no, it is. I mean, that is not a big room. There's not a big
guilt-
house.
She
The
takes her
guilt is
south of the island.
The guilt is an albatross around her neck. She has to quickly absolve herself and get it off her chest.
The guilt is a volcano that is erupting.
But who else is like that?
Austin.
And
Very
Okay.
true.
what I will say, in very mild defense, I'm talking mild hot sauce defense of
Uba
Taylor.
hot?
Not to be confused with Uba Hot.
Yeah, I can't handle that. Is that right when Olivia kind of gets there, after Taylor's like talking to Shep, like, I need to talk to her, and he's like, joy, peace, whatever. She goes to Austin, and she's like, I need to say something to her. No, I want to say something first. I need to talk to her first. And Taylor's like, no, you're not going to talk to her first. So I think because Austin's so radical and he's like, no, I need to say something first.
Oh, you're
I think
right.
she was more like, I gotta go fast and go get her
I didn't
now.
realize that.
Because, by the way, I was just about to ask, because I was thinking about it earlier, I go, internally, obviously, I go, in my internal dialogue was like, wait, she kind of does go from 0 to 100, but why? I was like, did something happen that we didn't see?
Because
I missed
Austin's
that.
like, I think I should talk to her first. And I'm so glad that Taylor was like, no, I'm doing it. Because God, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it went horribly. But
Oh, yeah.
I think that was the cause of like, let
Why
me
did
take
he need
you
to beat her to the punch?
10 steps to the left and we're going to talk.
Why did he need to beat her to the punch?
Because now it's out and he needs to be the guy that can be forthcoming.
Because Paige just said to him,
I'm
that
a
she's
truth
not
teller.
She's gonna cut his balls off. He's
Yeah.
like, fuck, I have to tell her. Fuck. That's his internal dialogue.
Well,
so then
Paige
Taylor
told him
and
to
him
say,
have the
I'm
same.
sorry and I was wrong and that was it. And we know that Austin can't do that. So
Great
it's-
advice by Paige. I'm sorry. You were right. I was wrong. I am sorry.
Yeah, and he can't do that.
No, he cannot.
I wish he could. God, he would just save himself so much
I'm
trouble,
sorry
stress,
that we didn't work
anxiety,
out.
heartache. If he could just do that. Simple words.
We would get there. We would get there sometimes, but it would take.
It takes massaging.
It takes a lot of philosophical conversations. To which she said, "Oh, you're being too philosophical with me." And I was like, "Okay, but I'm not allowed to say. You need to just say you're sorry. So I have to be philosophical about it. I have to like get you to understand that you need to apologize without telling you need to apologize."
Right. You have to think that it's your idea.
I'm sorry you feel
Correct.
that way.
Well, also, okay. So at one point, does he tell he? I'm jumping ahead, but it's in my thought. Is he telling Olivia that Taylor wanted to wait to tell Olivia? That's why he didn't say anything. And then Taylor's like, "No, Austin told me not to say anything."
Did he say that?
Yes.
Kind- roundabout.
Sort of.
Well, I mean,
Well,
jump. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I think the answer is yes.
Okay.
But I did do bad on tests. So.
Okay. So Olivia walks in.
Mhm.
She looks hot.
Olivia
She looks
fucking
so
hot.
She is hot.
so good.
She is hot, but her hair is done perfectly. The make
She's glowing
HMU is
post
great.
Austin.
Mm-hmm.
She looks great.
As the women
looks-
normally do.
She looks great.
Yeah.
They lose Austin, they glow. They have their glow up.
They do a little bit, you know.
I mean,
They kind of do.
kind of do.
Yeah, but she comes in. I guess at some point she does get some wine,
Yes,
And
she's,
Someone hands her a glass
then-
of wine. God bless that person.
and then they get sidetracked.
but she doesn't even get her coat off yet.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I don't even think she's taken a sip of the wine.
If she does, it is one single.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was like, can we not let her just at least down a glass first?
For the love of God, give her a
I
shot.
mean,
Give her a drink.
let Madison's like chug it.
Just to
tranquilize
share
her.
the
She told
news to
Vanita to
Vanita.
chug it.
Give her some.
Give
her a
Olivia
shot.
the same
Taylor should
grace.
have come with 2 shots of
Chug
tequila.
that
Like, for the
wine,
love
baby.
of God.
Yeah, but that would mean Taylor would have to think outside of herself.
That would mean Taylor
And
would
that
have to
she
think,
did something
period.
wrong that you need to take shots.
Correct.
So there's no lube for this fucking.
It's dry.
It's very
There's
dry.
no preheat oven.
There's no 20 minutes.
There's no
And by the
20-minute
way,
warm
There
up.
was no 20-minute warm up.
No.
No, it's happening and it's rough.
I mean, we're Jackrabbit. It's like boom, 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 boom.
We kissed. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I mean,
Well, I think
Jesus.
she's actually like everybody knows. I didn't
want you to be embarrassed.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
That's what it was.
I didn't want you to be
I didn't want you
embarrassed.
to walk in and be embarrassed.
But everyone knows that you're a clown. Okay? And I did kiss Austin. And I lied to you. Do you feel better that I told you? It's just like, what the fuck is this?
And Taylor's like, okay, great. Okay, grab yourself a drink and I'm gonna go outside.
I'm gonna have a
She's like-
cigarette and grab yourself a drink and join me.
Shep said he didn't care. I'm hoping you don't care either, right? Are you good now? I feel
We're
liberated.
good.
Are we
We're
good?
I'm so
We're
glad you're
good.
here. And Olivia rightfully is like, what?
Because
the
Olivia's complex and
fuck?
like, as a woman, she's like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, because I guess Taylor, we do get that flash where on Olivia's side in the car, where Taylor calls her
Yes,
and was
yes,
trying
yes,
to
yes,
meet
yes.
up. She was trying to get to her to tell her that this
In
all
the
came
morning.
out
Okay.
earlier in the
morning.
day.
Piss poor job.
I tried to tell
Totally.
you.
That is not trying.
No, that's not. She said, "We'll talk at dinner," and Taylor's like, "Okay."
This is a person who has to literally wait until the last minute because they're feeling cowardly.
Oh, yeah. I tried to tell you 6 hours ago.
well,
fuck
because
off.
she probably found out from Austin and then wanted to get ahead of it with Olivia.
Yeah.
Olivia said no, and Taylor wasn't going to say it over the phone.
Olivia said, fuck off.
Olivia said, fuck off. But I think that's what jumping ahead, and we'll get there, that's, I think, what Austin was referring to when he and Olivia are outside. Austin thought that Taylor was going to tell Olivia earlier in the day. But anyway, so we get that flash.
I think you're right.
Because once I led the family conversations, we're fine though. We decided no.
He's like, whoa.
That was it. You had so much going on. I didn't want to tell you. It was so hard to lie to your face with my hand on the artificial Bible. It was so hard. I can't.
It was the King James Bible.
I mean, she just keeps going, though. It's verbal diarrhea. And, Olivia is like, this is so awkward.
Yeah, like after a while, but she kind of comes to. She's like, wait, hold on.
Wait a second.
What?
Craig is like 4 feet from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, and she says, what Twilight Zone am I in?
She's in the Twilight Zone.
She
Paige is
is
like,
in a
quiet, I
Twilight
can't
Zone.
hear.
Oh my God, Paige.
I need to know what I need to tell people back at home in New York.
I mean, because she...
How am I supposed to hear?
Yeah.
And how am I supposed to tell everybody what happened?
Yeah.
And she does it, doesn't she shush Craig and
Yes.
Austin?
I'm
'Cause they're
sure
talking-
she does. I'm
Listen,
sure she does.
She does.
This is maybe my favorite moment of the episode. I love Paige.
Oh,
How am I going to tell people if I don't know what happened?
Backtracking just a hair because my favorite part of the episode was, I'm so sorry that we're going out of order.
No,
but
no,
my
it's okay, it's okay.
absolute favorite fucking part was when Olivia walks in and Austin's like, oh, what do I do, Paige? Do I give her a hug? Paige, what do I do? And Paige is like, oh God, I can't believe I'm in charge with you too. Like, meaning
Oh my
Craig and
God,
Austin.
yes,
She's
no,
like, Paige,
that's
Paige, what do I do?
Oh my God,
Like,
I can't believe
guys,
the
best
charge
moment
of
of the
you
episode.
two.
I've been saying it for 18 months. When I say these people are losers, this is what I'm saying. That he's literally asking Paige,
Yes.
do I give her a hug?
Yes,
Do I say hi? Do I
Paige
give her
is
a
not a
hug?
loser, but Austin. Ding, ding, ding. Yes.
And Craig, and she's acknowledging that the
I
two of them are
know.
dum-dums. And she's like, I'm in charge of these two idiots?
God, she's like, I
Really?
can't believe I'm in charge of this too.
That was an amazing
Oh, I
moment.
love
I
that part.
co-signed that. That was great.
But yes, now going forward,
okay.
Cutting
back to the disastrous.
Well, they end up kind of like trying to go outside.
Yeah, Craig ushers. I'm like,
Craig's
can't
like,
wait
yeah,
to talk to her
continue
privately.
the conversation, but let's go over here.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
kind of like a tour guide, right? He's like, ladies, right over here, right over here. He's so good at this. He's so fucking good.
You could have told me for months. I was listening to him.
That's your first
God.
one.
And
I mean-
right there's the problem.
Yeah,
Why are
she
you
basically
listening to
alludes to
him
like
and not
he told me
talking
not
to
to.
me?
He told me that we were gonna like this is what we were gonna do, and I was protecting him. I was protecting him, and she goes, "You should have been protecting me."
Yes.
which absolutely fucking right. Should have been protecting your friend.
That's right. This is not about like Olivia had a thing with Austin and they dated. This is about the friendship.
correct.
Full stop.
It is
Yeah.
about the friendship.
And Olivia's like, you were listening to and protecting him. Why not me? She's fucking dead ass right.
Yeah, I don't care about him. I care about you, and you fucked us up.
And you know what? She was bamboozled just now, and she handled herself so
Chef's
fucking
kiss.
well
Chef's kiss
across the board. Chef's kiss.
in the bottom of the ocean. It says. Are we going to the
Can
bottom of
we
the
go to the
ocean?
bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Well, it's just that she's just Olivia. Taylor's outmatched. Taylor's
Yeah.
outmatched, and I just like.
I mean, wait, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, she is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because this is coming from the person who followed Austin's lead.
Who Austin was the teacher. Let's sit on that for a minute.
I mean, there's a saying somewhere. The blind leading the blind.
Yeah,
perhaps?
I mean, I that's what I'm really disappointed in, honestly.
Did she
worked with
listen
these
to
pe-
Austin?
Yes, because they know better. Huh? They do.
They do.
But I don't know what happened. They followed him.
I think they did get drunk. They had a hookup, and then it's like, we better never tell anybody this.
Yeah,
I
but
will
someone
follow
fucked that up.
him.
And she just didn't. I would be willing to just say she didn't know Austin the way she thought she knew Austin, that Austin can't do anything.
She should
so of
have
course
known that
it came
Austin
out-
was ultimately going to tell someone.
She
Whoever it
ultimately
is,
came out in the light.
She
She
knows.
definitely told someone.
She knows, and also like Olivia knows that Austin does this, and Olivia's talked. No,
No, and the weird, like this is what's bizarre to me, and this is why I wish I could have been a fly on the wall and then like had a lobotomy and forgot about it. But like, why why did they think, meaning Austin and Taylor, why did they think it would look better to present to Olivia and be like, you know what? Nothing happened. Nothing physical happened, but we had an emotional connection and we went to family. And we asked family, should we be together forever? Love forever. Like, why is that a better look and like less harmful than like, we got drunk and we made out and I'm
It's
so
not.
sorry. Like, the fact that they thought that that would have been the better way to go versus
And our
just being
family
like, we
said,
had a
think
made
about
out.
what you're doing.
Like, I just, like, it seems more harmful.
I'm gonna
I mean,
tell
look
you
at
what.
the reactions we got from
Actually-
Craig and everyone. They talked to their family and everyone was like, wait, what?
I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
Because Taylor's so religious, when you need advice, who do you go to? You go to your pastor.
Yeah. Well, like she said,
Yeah.
she didn't. She did not turn to church when she should have. She turned to Austin. I don't mean to laugh. But that's what she said. She turned to Austin.
Yeah.
The devil. Yeah. The devil in sheep's clothing. I don't want to give him that much credit, but it just like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, of course, I know what you mean.
It just seems so much.
She's the chick in
heavier.
she's the chick
and
in the
so
horror
much more
film that
emotional.
runs to the bad guy with no shoes and she's in the shirt.
tell you.
I can't.
We didn't make out, but I need to tell you that we've been seeing each other for a year and we're emotionally in love with each other. He tells me about his dreams, hopes, and his desires. We light candles. We talk to each other. We've never kissed, but I think I'm in love with him. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck fairy tale fucked up shit is
I mean,
this?
I hate to bring her into this because I love her to death, but when Madison was interviewed by Page Six about the A-Rod stuff, and she was asked if she had an affair with him, and what did she say? She was like, we never
physically met.
There you go. I'm like,
Or something like that. Yeah. It's like, guys.
Oh, okay. So Austin took a book. Okay, it's all making sense. I got it.
By the
Now it
way,
makes
that's
sense.
a connection.
Now Austin's like, oh wait, Madison said this. No, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna work for
physical.
me too. No physical, but emotional. We love, but it's emotional. It's only between us
God.
and Jesus Christ.
I mean, he allowed women into his home that secretly took a video of him. They propped up their camera and took a video of him and licensed it to, guys, and licensed it to the show.
Oh God,
yeah.
this guy, Austin is his own worst enemy.
All day, every day.
Austin, come on, bud.
He's Shannon.
know.
He is Shannon Bedore who gets in the car accident in front of the Nest Cam. Like he locks himself in the bank trying to rob it. Like that's who he is. No, I'm being dead serious.
I know.
No, I believe
I'm
you.
laughing.
Yes.
I believe you.
Believe it.
I've
I've witnessed
I
it.
do believe it. I
I'm
believe
like,
it.
what?
Trust and believe.
I mean, Madison called you white trash. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, didn't think anything of it.
the least of his
Olivia
problems.
was like, why did he have to tell me that? It makes me feel bad. And I was like, I know.
Because he feels bad about himself. Okay? I mean, the mouth is mathing now.
No, he just wanted to embarrass Madison to make her look like an asshole, but then made somebody else feel bad about it and didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Because he's shitty.
Well,
Because he hates himself.
Well, he also
Call it what it is.
He definitely did not. That's the thing. It doesn't cross his mind.
It doesn't cross his mind
He
at
doesn't
all.
want to hurt Olivia in that
No,
moment.
not at all.
He doesn't honestly think about it. He's
Okay, well,
thinking about one thing and he's just not thinking about the
I'm telling
totality
you
of it.
because he would
He's
come
really
to me
not.
for advice and
I
he'd be like,
understand. I
don't
"What? Like I
understand.
don't understand." And I'm like, "This is how this. I'm gonna tell you what happened."
I understand. The hole is getting digger. The hole is getting deeper for me. Mm-hmm. Knowing that.
Yeah, it's a trench.
I can't.
Okay.
Well, Shep very abruptly interrupts Olivia and Taylor's conversation.
Dinner.
Dinner time. Dinner's ready.
Pheasant is done.
I kind of wish that he had not interrupted that. I feel like that was. I don't
He
know.
was-
I think he was on a mission.
so
he was like, I'm doing it,
uncomfortable.
and he was not listening to anyone.
Absolutely. That was Shep who goes rogue and says, "This is my fucking party.
I'm not
I
doing
want
this."
this to be done, and I want to sit down for dinner."
Yeah. And it's my friend's house, and
Yeah.
they're
Correct.
cooking,
He thought
and
about
dinner is
that.
ready, and I'm just doing it.
Correct.
That is that moment.
And then Olivia's like, "Cool. I've literally had no time to process, and I still haven't taken off. She still hasn't taken off her fucking coat.
But let's sit down for
But
dinner.
let's sit down. Let's sit down and let's eat pheasant."
It's not awkward at all.
Me. I just
Okay. Okay.
okay. Austin gets his plate. I'm pretending like I have an appetite.
Shut up, Austin.
Shut the fuck up. By the way, Rodrigo just looks at him with such disgust. Like, shut the fuck up.
The look on Rod's face is
Yeah.
really.
I
kind
just
of perfect.
and then we get to Shep's toast, guys.
Can I just say one
Oh,
thing?
God.
This is the first time Shep has done a toast where it hasn't been the ships.
Friendships, wood chips.
Ships sail sea.
I hate that thing. He always
Best
does a
ships,
wood chip.
friendships. This is the first toast I think ever that
know.
has not been that toast.
I bet you he tried
you
it.
hate that toast.
Because
So you
it's
should be
always-
happy.
Yes, because I guarantee you he tried to do it and somebody was like, no,
No.
we can't do it.
Did you rather this toast that we got?
Well, the friendship wood chip, that is just like a one and done.
Yeah,
you know,
I got it. I know that one.
I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't know what this was.
So maybe
It-
let's go back to what we know.
Honestly, it kind of felt like the diametrical opposite version of Thomas's speech.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom speech.
Yeah, we're good. You're a good person. I care about you a lot. Things have been weird
I'm going
these
to
last
prison.
few days,
We
but,
good. We good.
but screw that. Screw that. Let's
Internally,
ride the
I am good.
wave.
Ride the wave.
Look at this beautiful house. Enjoy. Craig, in an interview, Craig's just the best. No matter how normal chefs try to make this is fucking weird.
Because it is.
Correct.
It's fucking weird.
Correct.
It is. And then we get a wide of the table, and I'm going, ooh, that table is small.
They are tight together.
We're close. We are
Family. One of my other MVP moments, favorite moments, was when we do get the talk at the table about the food. Okay. And we're here and we're eating, and Paige is like, I think there's bones. And then we get Austin be like, I hope I don't eat the bullet. And Austin's like, yeah, there's bullets in here. I think it's the one I shot. I'm pretty sure it's the one I shot. And then we just get the classic soundbite of what only reminds me of one of my most favorite scenes in Christmas Vacation when they're eating that dry turkey and they're like chewing on it. It's just like the sound effect of everyone like sounding like they're chewing on bone and
Christmas
like,
Vacation.
It is. It's Christmas Vacation with the dry turkey. And they're like, this is really good. And it's just that scene was I fucking love it.
Yeah, the sound effects were really a perfect
Top-notch.
accoutrement.
Yeah, it was. Top notch, top notch.
Top notch.
Top notch. It's just really weird. It's very awkward at the dinner table. Austin's weirded out because like Taylor and Shep are talking, but Olivia won't talk to him, and he's like, I don't know what's going on, and I think he's thinking like, why does it feel like everyone's still mad at me?
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's okay except Olivia's not okay with me.
Right. And he doesn't understand. I mean, Taylor and Shep are laughing over there.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
He's so annoyed by that.
Oh, yeah.
He's so
he's
fucking
upset.
annoyed.
He's upset. And at this point, he doesn't know really from any real conversation. He doesn't know that Olivia is really done with Taylor. Like,
No.
Yeah.
he knew that they had a conversation. He knew it probably was weird, but at this point, he doesn't have any real context of what's going on. All he knows is that Shep and Taylor seem buddy-buddy. They're laughing, they're kissing bandit. Like they seem like they're okay.
Yeah, and that Olivia
and he's seeing red.
And he's seeing red, and Olivia knows about the kiss, but he has not talked to Olivia. Olivia hasn't talked to him. And he's freaking out, and Paige is doing her fucking darndest. You
You need to talk to her.
need to talk to her.
To which he responds with, I don't really want there to be a moment at my expense.
Well, don't go on the show.
Then don't hook up, kiss, cop a boob, or whatever the fuck you did with your best friend's ex.
Yeah.
I
Correct.
love him to death. We are very close. This is his worst quality. This is his worst quality.
Yeah.
It's everyone else's fault.
Yeah, no accountability.
No.
No.
None.
And instead of doing what is going to be the hard thing, he says, "No, I don't want her." What he's saying is, "I don't want Olivia to have a moment. I don't
At
want
my
Olivia.
expense. I don't want to look stupid.
I don't want to look stupid, and Olivia's going to have a moment, and all it's going to do is," and he's talking about the viewers, and all it's going to do is perpetuate. She's going to be loved and adored, and I'm going to be the asshole.
Well, he's right about something. I gotta give him that. I gotta give him that.
And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, then don't do something stupid.
yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
if you do something stupid, because we all fuck up, we're all
Yeah,
human,
we do.
handle it the right way.
If he had told her when it happened,
Right.
you wouldn't have to be worried if this is going to be a quote moment at your expense.
Right.
Well, and Paige says as much that
Yeah, she
it's his
does.
ego and he needs to be more secure.
Yes, thank you,
You know?
Paige.
Like,
But he's-
thank you, Paige.
But it is lost on him. He does not understand why they aren't civil. Why they can't just be good. He likes to put band-aids over bullet wounds.
yeah, he does.
I'm
That's
sorry.
exactly what it is.
When you need to apologize for something you've done, there are people who just think that you can just say, I'm sorry, period, and that's it. I see what you did there. But there needs to be more of a conversation and a discourse and an understanding. You don't just get to say, okay, fine, I did it, I'm sorry, and then it's over. But that's what he wants.
Yeah.
And he wants their friendship to go back to normal. How the fuck can you go back to normal after 6 months of lying?
Well, you're selfish.
It is selfish.
Yeah, and Olivia overhears him.
And she chimes in.
Yeah. The fact that I don't want to talk to you should tell you everything.
Yes.
People don't understand that boundaries are also words.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know what I mean? My silence is also communicating with you.
I don't want to talk to you.
Correct.
Right. If I wanted to talk to you, we would have had a conversation.
That is right. That is correct.
Well, and maybe you would have actually reached out to me.
Uh-huh.
More than whatever that
Correct.
weird pathetic text was that she thumbed up or whatever it was. Like,
Well, what they're not saying and what she's saying is you really only reached out to me when you knew that we were going to start filming.
Right.
Oh,
Why now?
Yeah, I bet.
So why are you're not sorry.
And you're not a friend.
Correct.
Right.
What is your friendship? You're not a friend.
That's exactly right. And Olivia just comes back with the best burn, which is, because Austin's saying, but everyone else you can talk to, right? Like you can, those are the relationships I care about.
Also, I don't understand why he's making that comparison. They didn't do, the rest of the people didn't do anything to her.
True.
I think he's
probably
just emotional that somehow it was so easy.
And Taylor.
As it seems, it's easy that Taylor and Shep are buddy-buddy right now.
Yes, but Austin also has a fear of rejection. And this is what's killing him. He's being rejected.
By Olivia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Maybe by Taylor.
Well, did you notice Taylor in this moment, like under her breath at the table, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Did you guys notice her doing that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Who is she talking to?
Just like
In
almost to
general?
herself out loud in general, because this is while...
Was she trying to tell herself not to do something stupid?
No, it's Olivia's on her right, Shep is on her left, right? And then Austin's kind of diagonal left of her. So it's when Austin and Olivia are going at it, and she's like, well, those are the relationships I care about. And she's seeing this like deteriorate, and it's almost like she can't keep her internal dialogue inside. She's just almost disassociating. It seems like stop it, stop it, stop it.
Yeah,
Stop.
because she knows where this is going.
Exactly.
And it's going nowhere fast.
Very fast.
And then Shep's like, stop. Enough.
We're not fucking rednecks.
Exactly. And Craig's like, no, you stop. You stop. Olivia does not have to be okay with this just because you're okay with it.
Yes, thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. And, he badgers her enough and accosts her to finally go outside.
Come outside with me.
They have a
Olivia,
breakaway.
come.
I really wish he had not said it that way.
Olivia, come.
So another one of a hallmark of his, he talks at people.
Yes.
And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't see it. It's not
doesn't
intentional.
realize that he's doing it.
But he talks at you. You know?
Olivia, come. Yeah. Not great.
It's not great. It's not great. It's not great.
So he apologizes, but he apologizes for being that he's the last person to talk to Olivia about all of this.
Well, yes, he does say that, but then what really irks me, instead of then following that with being like, I'm sorry that, this happened and the kiss, like I can understand where you're coming from. Instead, he has to say, I'm sorry we didn't work out. I'm sorry that we didn't work out the way that, we wanted, as if Olivia is hung up on the fact that she doesn't get to be with Austin Kroll.
Yeah. As if because they didn't work out and he kissed Taylor, that's why
Olivia's upset.
Olivia's upset. Mm-mm. Olivia's not upset because y'all didn't work out.
She's celebrating that.
I think that she realizes that she dodged. She dodged the bullet that hit the pheasant. Okay. And that's not what it is. And it's just, God, I really love him very, very dearly, but he just never misses the opportunity to get it wrong.
No, he doesn't. And she points it out to him too.
You're having such a hard time right now.
Yeah, because
It's visceral.
because I was on the line with both of them. I was very in it.
You were.
For a long time.
And here's the thing, they were dating, but they had the foundation of the friendship. And Olivia pointing out, I haven't heard from you in 6 months. I'm not frustrated. I'm not bummed about the way you handled things romantically. I'm bummed about the way you handled things as someone
My
that was
friend.
my friend, someone that was
Yeah.
supposed to be a friend. And that ship is fucking sailed now.
Here's the thing. She knew that they were going to be BFFs. She was like, she didn't care about the relationship, honestly. I mean, she did, but I think I think she really, towards the end, really just wanted the friendship.
Yeah, they
She
connected.
Yeah. And I think Olivia I think she's ascertaining that she doesn't think Austin cares. Not in a real way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Austin claims
That's not true.
Not true.
That bothers me, that I've lost you in my life. But here's the problem here. You're making it about your loss, as opposed to making it about, I know that you don't want to talk to me right now, and I can understand why you wouldn't want to be my friend, but please let me know when the door's open, because I want to make it up to you and show you why I am a good friend.
Right.
Instead, it's Olivia left him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want you in my life.
I don't understand why we can't be friends. Why can't we be good?
I can't see my life without us being friends.
Well, he also said the same things 2 seconds ago. I need Taylor in my life too. I can't have my life without Taylor.
I mean,
My God,
You're
I
right.
can't see your
It's like a Pandora charm bracelet of friends. He has to have it. Who else can he not have in his life?
Shep. He can't not have Shep in his life. He can't not have. It's like
You think Craig is give or take?
no. I think.
No,
Craig's
I know
on
he
the
has to have
list.
Craig.
He's a giver.
God.
But
Wow.
I mean, I basically agree with everything Olivia said.
Oh, she was
You're
great.
not a friend. If you were a friend, you would have called me 6 months ago. Nothing with you is real. And, and that's when she said the thing about Taylor. I'm so shocked that Taylor can't
That's right.
see exactly who you are. Like,
Yeah.
And I love it because she's not saying, I can't believe Austin, you can't see what kind of person Taylor is. Nope, it's, I can't believe Taylor can't see what kind of a person you are.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. And he gets, self-righteous.
He does.
He does. He
Righteous.
gets very self-righteous.
He does.
He eventually comes down, but,
It takes a second.
it takes a minute. He's floating.
He's floating. Well, this is the first time all season that we're really seeing a conversation in any sort of depth between the two of them. Because at Madison's, it was quick, it was punchy, and it was out.
Quick and punchy. He didn't understand why she didn't respond to him.
Correct.
And not only why didn't she respond, it was very like controlling, and like the way he was talking about it was entitlement.
Yeah, absolutely.
He deserved a response from her.
Right.
Yeah.
Which she did not owe him. But in this conversation,
Personal.
Olivia does a really good job. Look, she very clearly separates whatever she had with Austin, friendship / relationship,
Sure.
with what's going on with her and Taylor. And, 10, 15 minutes prior, we really have the moment with Olivia and Taylor that this is that moment that you point to where the friendship ended, where the friendship was fractured beyond return.
Yeah.
So it is a kind of powerful
Right there in the foyer of that house.
right there in the foyer of that motherfucking house.
I hope she burns that jacket and the
God,
dress.
seriously. Sucks because they're both nice, but
Oh no, yeah, she looked great.
She's strong enough to keep both.
but
No,
she's
I know.
also,
And be okay.
Yeah, she fucking is. But she's really making the delineation. Like, this is not like my hurt over this, the pain that I'm feeling. It is because the person who was one of, if not my best friend in this moment, Taylor, lied to and betrayed me. You are inconsequential because you were a shitty friend before all of this. The
Correct.
Taylor thing, that was the cherry on top.
Yeah.
You disappeared for 6 months. You weren't a good friend. I do not care about.
Yeah.
Taylor, I am heartbroken over.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was a heavy one.
Yeah, this was a lot.
This episode was a heavy one.
Just feel like it's going to get worse.
It is.
Yes, it absolutely is.
God.
It definitely is.
It does. It just gets worse. Guys, week after week, I'm just telling you. Okay.
So stay tuned.
This is what happens when a real fucking group of friends
So bad.
shit like this goes down.
Yeah. Well,
It's a very reductive way of putting it, but you know what I mean.
Taylor is just, we're
Dig in.
continuing to dig the grave, and she will continue to dig week after week. So,
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going anywhere good anytime soon.
no, we are going down. Sugar, we're going down, baby.
Into the grave with Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buried alive.
Mhm.
Very alive.
Oh, this was a long
This
one.
was.
It's always longer when there's three of us. But also, I think it's just knowledge of the show. These are probably going to be a little longer.
Yeah.
Betsy's literally like, great.
Get me the fuck out
Out
of
of
here.
What? I've had a great time.
Have you?
Great.
I love your shoes.
I love. We're not wearing shoes, but we do love
I
our
know
shoes.
we aren't. All right, guys.
We made
Thank
it.
you for
We
joining
did
us.
Thank you for this journey.
Yeah.
The charming Southern charm. Charmed again. Lucky Charms.
Party foul aplenty.
Ooh, what's the title of this one gonna be? Come one, come all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but C-U-M.
How are we spelling it?
C-U-M.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
Patricia co-signed. So.
Oh, she does.
She does. If it's good enough for Miss Pat.
Guys, thank you for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Please do not forget. Please do not. Please. Jesus fucking
Oh my God,
Christ.
takes me back to that voice.
I know. Please do
Hey
not.
guys. Hey guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey guys. It's like saying, oh, we're great.
Fuck.
I
Hey,
know,
guys.
I know. It was Bill O'Reilly. Please do not forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. Leave us a rating and a review.
5 stars, please.
5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. If you would like to donate a little coffee, okay, for all those dry mouths. Oh wait, is that what it is? Oh, fuck, I fucked that up anyway. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your listenership. Later.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That's on her fucking phone.
Sorry,
By the way,
Jesus.
Taylor
by the way,
Swift just
that's why I got
Taylor
fucked up.
Swift just
That's why
released something.
I know,
I
but
had to
that's why I
read
got
what it
fucked up. That's why,
Because she distracted you.
She did distract me. If y'all
Why?
We
heard
were at the home.
Because
That's like fumbling the
I was
ball
like,
on
are
the
you
1
still
yard
recording?
line.
Literally, I was like, donate a cocky for dry mouths, and I
Listen.
looked at you and I was like, I don't say that. You know what? It's your fault.
I'm sorry. And
It's your
don't
fault.
say a fumble the ball on the 1
know
yard
what?
line.
That's
I'm
like
a cowboy
fumbling the
fan.
ball
God
on
damn it.
1 yard
I'm
line like a
sorry.
goddamn
Taylor released
cowboy.
something. I got
It is
All right.
your
Goodbye.
fault.